Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hansen, and I'm here with Chelsea fan David Tuckman. How's it going tonight, Dave?
I'm actually in a great mood. Stayed one extra round out there right before Live at the Bike, won $600. I'm thrilled.
30-60 game, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing like it.
Nothing like the old girl, 30-60.
Tonight on Friday nights we do our big no-limit game, which is a 10-20 game. It's a $1,000 minimum buy-in game, unrestricted maximum buy-in game. Now, we normally do a bluff night on Friday, but we've got some interesting prizes coming in over the next few weeks, and we didn't want to diminish what Bluff Night has become, and we didn't have anything that was really exceptional to give out tonight, so we're kind of take a pass on that for this evening.
We don't want to make it look cheap and make sure.
Right. So without further ado, let's get to the table, and we're going to go around and introduce the player.
Let's do that. Now, I just want to mention one thing. This game has gotten so popular, not only through Live at the Bike, but around town. We now have a board. 42 people are trying to get into this game.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it really is. In seat one, we have Laith?
Yep, Laith.
Halsaroff.
Alsaroff.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. In seat two, we've ed Shanazanazanaran. Seat three, we've got nobody, but like I said, we've got a huge board, and somebody will be showing up soon. Seat four will be Dimitri.
Yep.
And we've got the lovely ladies behind him.
Lovely, yummy girls.
There you go. Seat five, we've got Jesus Davalas. And there he is, Jesus. And I didn't get to ask him before the show. I really want to know where his JL T-shirt is. Seat 6, we've got Barry, Don't Call Me Greenstein Woods. Seat 7, we've got Dr. Beebe. I haven't seen him here in a couple of weeks, and he's back in the fray. Seat 8, we've got Amir. And there he is. And Amir's a professional player, actually, out here. But I think he's a little outmatched in this game, actually. Seat 9, we've got Mo. And there he is. Good old, reliable Mo.
So we've got a new player that no one really is familiar with in Seat 1 here tonight, right?
Yeah, Laith is...
seen him.
He's kind of a wild gun.
And to give a little bit of heads up to some of these player styles, Dave, I mean, we've got real action in Seat 2, Seat 4, and Seat 5.
Yes.
When Dimitri arrives in Seat 4. But Jesus and Ed, boy, I mean, I'll let their play speak for itself.
I think that's a good idea. And look at Mo.
Well, it looks like Jesus bet the flop here with a pair of kings, and Mo is check raised with ace-6. And the question is, can Jesus... I think Jesus has played a little tighter brand of poker these days.
Well, he respects Mo, especially. He actually asked Mo, can you beat this? And he showed him king 10.
Yeah. But, I mean, a couple months ago, anytime Jesus hit a piece of the flop,
I got to tell you, I actually had 3 separate people, all local professional poker players, call me up to ask me to put me on the board for this game within the last hour and a half. And I told them all, I go, well, you're a little late, but I'll put you on there.
Yep. Absolutely.
How you doing today?
Good.
Yeah?
We'll get some chip counts up here pretty soon.
Sounds
Well, there's
good.
Seat 3.
There's Sean.
Sean. Okay. So
Sean is a bluffer. Sean is the bluff winner from last night's bluff night.
Yeah.
How are you? Good. How are you? Good.
Looks like we're going to see it limped around here. I think his last name is Herdney, Dave. Sean Herdney in Seat 3. No? We'll figure out what his last name is. Herdney? 8-7 deuce. Here on the flop, couple spades.
I believe it's 100.
And looks like Ed Shanazarian is flop top here with king 8. And he's going to bet 100. About the size of the pot.
This pot's been raised to 350.
Jesus is called in between in the middle. And we cannot see what Barry has there.
350.
Well, Barry's going to raise here with 8-9. And Ed actually has the best hand right now. Jesus called in between there with not much of anything. Queen
Yeah,
Jack.
Ed's in trouble here. There's a $300 raise, and Ed's going to call.
He's going to call. He has the best hand, though.
Yeah. And we're talking about an $800 pot, and I can't imagine Jesus calling this raise also now.
So Barry raised with top pair, and Ed calls.
Hear what Jesus said? I only called because I wanted to give you $100.
So let's see the turn. Turn is an ace. It's third spade. And I want to say, Dave, the pot's about $700 now. Ed, check.
It's an ultimate scare card. Let's see if Barry uses it. I mean, it's the third spade plus it's an ace.
About a $700 pot here.
No, he's gonna leave. He's not leaving. Catch up.
Wow, it goes
Barry
check,
checks
yeah.
right behind him, and the river's a 3.
Ed's hand's good here.
Yes, it is.
Ed, I gave
Let's see what he does.
Putting a little value bet here. I think he's going to get paid off.
He bets 160, Dave. But look at Barry. He's going to raise it. He's going to raise it up to 500. So the pot now is about 1350. It's another 350 for Ed to call.
Oh, you always go 1,000 also, don't you?
Wow. Barry raises. Does he think his hand is good here, or he needs to make that raise?
And I got to tell you, I liked Ed's bet. Ed's bet was kind of a little blocker bet.
Yeah.
He kind of put in the bet that he wanted to pay. But Barry raised.
And look at this. Ed's going to get away from the best hand, and Barry takes it down.
Wow.
Wow.
Gets it down.
You know, the funny thing about Barry is we've seen him play, you and I, Dave, tons and tons of times. Sometimes if he makes a flush on the turn, he likes to check with the made hand in position on the turn.
Right.
He really does. He does that a lot.
He played it like he had a flush.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of he tried to trap a little bit, and he played it like he made the flush on the turn.
Yep.
Amazing.
So wait,
He had an ace. That was an ace came there. On another hand, he had potted aces. Some action.
Button here is in seat 9.
Yeah, and somebody just knocked on our Live at the Bike production room. We are inundated with requests.
Yep.
It's amazing. Our technical staff really does a great job dealing with all the fan mail and the requests that we get.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's to me.
You know, there's a camera on,
Yeah, here.
and there are ladies here.
With the ladies,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Hey, I didn't.
And looks like the pot has
we
been
know a little bit
limped
about her right
around.
now.
You know, I'm surprised. You still have your middle finger. You know,
And
I'm surprised how.
He says it hasn't been broken.
we're limped around.
Or cut off.
Here we go. 5-way action.
5-player.
Flop comes king 6-5. A couple spades.
I want to say Lath has the best hand here with 3-5.
But look at this. Jesus bet 6. He has absolutely nothing. And Lath lays it down. And Ed lays it down.
And Lath, and there we go. We got a bluff.
There you go.
And were we a minute behind because of me tonight, Bart? Or were we right on time?
I don't know. I think we were actually right on time tonight.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, small big.
You really like to live life on the edge, don't you, Dave? Huh?
Like I said, it was literally 5:39, and I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking it was my big blind. And I'm going, do I play another round or not? And I was like, I'll play one more round.
Because you're so good at this, you don't need any prep time or any mental time to get you like.
I was getting mentally prepared during the
I
game.
see.
I mean, I think playing poker is the best way to get prepared to talk about poker.
Amir has made a race here with Big Slick offsuit. Seat 8. He's made it 120 to go. Doesn't look like he's going to get called. Jesus has got 9 deuce in the blind.
Double down, Jesus, double down.
And
Wow, Barry is whispering sweet nothings into his ear.
he must. And so again, to give you a little bit of a background here
There's no audio on this thing, right?
about some of these players, Dr. BB probably the tightest player on the table, Dave.
You think so still?
Sometimes he will mix it up. Of course, I haven't really figured out Barry Woods' game in seat 6. Sometimes he plays well, other times he kind of crashes and burns, like he did last time he was on. A couple of days ago on Wednesday.
Yeah, overall, I think Barry is pretty solid player. He tends to call down more than I like.
Yeah.
Which, basically is going to it's going to give him bigger wins and bigger losses because he's either going to call down bluffs and get paid off big, or obviously, pay off big when he's behind. Although I got to say, I really like that play there. Small little raise, and he got Ed to lay down the best hand.
Now this pot was limped around, and Jesus is going to raise out of the big blind. He's got king queen off suit. He makes it 130. And look at this. Amir is going to call with a weak ace.
Yeah, now Amir, he's a heck of a nice guy, but to me, until he shows me something else, to me, he's one of the weaker players at this table. Now, I don't know Lath yet.
And look at this. Ed's going to come in with the call with Jack 3 suited on the button.
At least that has the button.
So we've got about a $400 pot here, and we're going to the flop. King, deuce 7. Jesus hit top pair, and Ed's got a flush draw.
You want your Midori sour? No, I'm going to get blind.
Jesus looks like he's going to bet 200. Now Amir's going to get out of the way. And let's see what Ed does. Ed calls.
Heads up for 200.
So it's a $700 pot here going to the turn. A jack on the turn. Now Ed has a pair.
Good one. I'm not going to pay.
Yeah, Ed's got a lot of outs here.
I think Jesus bet here. He bet 800, and Ed quickly called. So, Dave, we're looking at about a $2,300 pot here to the river. The river's a queen. Jesus has made top 2. $2,300 pot.
Look at the little acting job, like he's upset.
And he's going to bet. Looks like the rest all in here, Dave. Probably somewhere around 2,000.
2,300.
2,300, which is about the size of the pot. He is all in here. It's a $4,600 pot, $2,300 for Ed to call.
Oh, and look at that work from Isaac. Wow.
Yeah. And our cameraman Fred out there on the floor.
Wow, that's really...
Yeah. And Ed takes it, and Jesus takes it down there with the top 2 pair. But he gets real dangerous when he, builds up a lot of chips, Dave.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I mean, you can criticize Ed's play and Jesus' play and all that. Jesus, though, he's a dangerous player. I've seen him on numerous occasions turn $1,000 into $7,000 or $8,000.
This game will really get spicy when Dimitri enters the game and sees.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take 9.
Dimitri, once again, Dimitri's a local businessman. He's not a professional poker player.
Right.
And he has money to play with. And he's here to have a good time. So anybody who wants to criticize his play can, you just put that in your pipe and smoke it. I mean, because he doesn't care. He's just here to have fun and gamble.
Got a limp here by Amir with ace-king under the gun. And it looks like everyone's just going to get limped around.
Sean is a pretty cagey player in Sit 3.
Yeah, he is.
He'll once he gets to know the table, he'll pick his targets.
Check it.
We've got 6-way action here. It's a $120 pot, and it comes queen 10-8 with a couple of clubs. Jesus has a flush draw there in seat 5.
40.
And Amir has bet 40 with overcards.
And
a
nobody
gut
has
shot.
anything. I mean, Barry's got an open-ended straight draw.
Ed calls here with ace-deuce. Seat 3 calls with ace-9.
140. Pot's been raised to 140.
Jesus calls, and Barry is going to check raise. He makes it 140 to go.
Yeah, he's doing the old semi-bluff here. He's got the...
Yeah, but he's got an open-ended straight draw, but it's not really a valuable straight draw, David. The jack comes, anyone with a 9 has a straight. And it looks like everybody called. Wow, so the pot's about $700. The turn's a 3. It's a 3 on the turn.
And in this case, obviously, if a jack comes, Amir will have the nut straight.
Right. And Barry's going to bet.
250.
250 into a $700 pot, Dave, and Amir quickly calls. Now Jesus has a pair and a flush draw. He calls.
And I got to tell you, if you're Amir there, what are you calling with?
Yeah. Pot is now about $1,500, and the river is a 10. And it looks like, is Jesus' hand good with the 3?
It is, and if Barry continues betting, he might win this pot.
But Jesus has the best hand here. He backed into a pair on his flush draw. It's a $1,500 pot.
500.
Barry bets 500 here.
Into 1,500, but I don't think anybody can call him.
And no one does, and and Jesus shows deuce 3.
Wow.
And Barry takes it down. Wow.
I got to tell you,
Actually, if you show it, that'll make me
this isn't bluff night, but if it was bluff night, Barry would have it already.
Right.
Man, that's a great bluff on the river.
You can watch the archives tomorrow.
Thank you very
You
much.
can watch the archives tomorrow.
I'm not going to watch the archives. You think I'm
Wow.
crazy?
Great bluff by Barry Woods there.
5 to 1.
Well, I was going to say, a more crafty player in seat 5 with Jesus,
Exactly.
you might be able to put a raise in there on the turn over the top with your flush draw and pair and maybe get everybody off there with those weak bets. I mean, Barry, he check raised the flop and then he bet real weak on the turn.
Yeah. You and I always maintain if you have a real draw,
Yeah.
it's much better to raise with it than to call with it, because the other guy might have a draw also, and you can win the pot.
120.
I mean, let's be honest. Any one of the three players could have won the pot with a raise.
Ed Shanazarian has raised here. He's got ace-queen suited, makes it 120 to go. That's 6 times the big blind.
I mean, give Jesus credit a little bit. At least he had a pair with a flush draw.
And Barry calls here. He was telling me he wants to stay away from ace rags, but he is in position. He's got ace-7 of diamonds, but if the ace comes, Dave, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, but let's see, you can play ace rag in position if you're smart enough to get away from it. If you're smart enough to get away from it.
And Mo is called with pocket 5, so about 360 here going to the flop. And it comes out 10-10-3. Let's see how Mo plays it. Not a bad flop for pocket 5s. He has the best hand.
200.
Ed is bet 200 here. So that's a little, I don't know, but maybe about 60% of the pot. Pot's now about 550. Barry gets away from it. Let's see what Mo does. Well, Mo's going to call. Maybe he thinks that if Ed doesn't have a pair, he won't bet on the turn. He'll know where he is.
Exactly.
It's now about a $750 pot. Heads up. Mo against Ed. Turns a deuce. Pretty safe for pocket 5s.
Yeah, it's great for pocket
And
fives.
Mo is actually going to come out and bet here.
Like the deuce, Mo?
And that, Jive can say what he wants. Jive Dadson over 2+2, but I know Mo, and that is a blocker bet.
A stop bet.
Without a doubt.
And Ed calls. Ed calls. So now the pot is about 1150. And the river's a king, and it's a third heart. And it just gets checked down. And, and again, kind of a more advanced player in Ed's spot might use that king as a bluff card, Dave. You almost can sense that Mo might have a pocket pair below 10s by the way that he played that hand.
And by Mo showing a little strength on the turn,
Yeah.
it kind of slowed Ed down. Ed's like, whoa, I don't want to bet now because this guy might really have a hand.
Get along, guys.
And, of course, we're talking about, we said Jive Dadson. We're referring to some of the people that post on 2+2. You can follow a live thread that started on the internet every night by going to 2plus2.com, spelled out. Click on forums, World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments. The Live at the Bike official thread for October 14th.
And some people might make the argument that, well, if Mo thought his hand was good, well, why not bet $600 or $700 and protect his hand against overcards?
Raised to 80.
Problem was, well, I don't think he was 100% sure. Ed might have had pocket 8s or pocket 7s or pocket 9s or something like that.
Now, Jesus has got pocket aces, and he's made it 80 to go from seat 5.
I got to tell you, if
wow,
I know
Leif
Jesus
is going to call with ace-7, and Sean's in there with 8-6. Here we go. About a $240 pot. King 10-4. Well, Jesus should probably just be able to take this one down with a bet.
I'd imagine so. I was about to say, actually, I've never seen Jesus. I wonder if Jesus has the ability to get away from a hand that big. We've never really seen
Yeah,
it.
I knew where you're going with. I mean, that's almost like one of those times where the implied odds are huge when you call, a raise from him, although also, just because he's raising doesn't necessarily mean he has a big hand pre-flop. So it's,
Well, it's like calling a raise from Corporation Mike.
Right.
He could be raising with 4 or 5 suited also.
Right.
So you're not going to get paid off big unless you almost have to know he has aces. And if you know he has aces, well, then you can almost call a raise with any 2 cards. Hope you get lucky because you're going to win this entire stack.
I'm not getting squat.
In a little while.
You're so evil, she says.
So I was playing a little 30-60 limit hold before I came into the booth. The game is oh so good.
Can she come and rub me?
I mean, it's one of those games where there's like 3 guys in the game or 4 people in the game where you know exactly where they're at because they're really tight and solid, but they're almost too tight and they're very predictable. And there's 3 players in the game that just like to call you down with nothing.
We've got 5-way action here. I believe that it was limped around. Ace 5-7, couple spades. Looks like Amir has a flush draw.
100.
Flush draw and a gut shot. And C2 is going to bet 100 here.
There is calls, I'm in trouble, right?
Can't quite see what he had. Was it seat 3 that bet here? Seat 3 bet 100 and Amir called. So Sean made like a little bit of a bluff and he's picked up a pair here on the turn.
You can't have an ace.
And now Amir checks and, Sean checks and Amir bets.
And Sean says, you don't have an ace, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
And he doesn't.
Not bluff night, Sean. You can come down.
Show me the ace.
And look, we get an email here from Mary Ann. I guess she's one of the Jesus groupies.
She is the Jesus group.
Well, there you go. Jesus sure does look handsome tonight.
Even though I showed up the table.
Yep.
I hope that helps him do better.
No, absolutely not.
Maybe she's calling him on the phone right
Thank
there.
you, sir. Pretty much.
And I say, you know what? Jesus does look handsome tonight.
He does. It's like he got a haircut.
Yeah.
Button is in seat 9. Small blind is $10, and that's Lath. Big blind is actually in seat 3. That's Sean. That's $20.
And Mo's got pocket 9s on the button. And he just limps, Dave. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen him do that in that position, but maybe he's trying, he's just trying to hit a set here. He's going to evaluate it.
Yeah, but on the button, that's a real odd play.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you want more money in the pot when you're in position like that?
And Amir has hit top pair. But Jesus looks like he's going to bet. Now, the thing here, Dave, is if Mo senses Jesus' weakness, well, actually, Amir is going to act before Mo. I was going to say Mo actually might be able to raise and get a weak ace off the hand here.
Actually, Dr. Beebe's in there.
Yeah, Dr. Beebe calls with a 6. Well, here we go. Mo is going to raise right now. So, I thought that this might happen. And you wonder if Mo actually might win it here. Jesus immediately mocks.
He might. I mean, Amir's in there with the ace-4,
Yeah.
so.
$300 raise here by Mo.
I got to tell you, though, I don't believe it, though. Because you got to go, okay, Mo, you're on the button with a bigger ace, and you didn't raise?
Well, I mean, he may have limped in with ace-8, ace-7 suited, but, like you said,
Okay,
if
well,
I have ace-4, I mean, the chances of that...
That's what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying.
Amir mucks it, though.
I mean, Mo might have tricked me. I mean, maybe Mo will get me to pay him off, but I got to look at it and go, okay, Mo's on the button. What kind of hands would Mo... What can Mo raise with now, but he limped in with? And I go, well, maybe he limped in with pocket deuces?
Right.
And do I put him on that?
Pocket 6s, something like that.
Right.
Me, bluff.
I know you never bluff.
Me, bluff. Huh.
I mean, it worked out okay for Mo, but that was a really odd hand there.
It was.
Thank you. Thank you, man. You're welcome. I guarantee if you'd have bluffed, you'd have shown. Me, bluff. I don't bluff.
Welcome to Live at the Bike, everybody. I'm David Tuckman. I'm here with Bart Hansen. We're playing No Limit Hold'em. Blinds are $10 and $20, and it's our Friday night special.
Good shot of Barry Woods there. Barry's looking pretty handsome tonight, too, isn't he? And he's got a
Barry's
limp
always
in
kind of
there.
dressed well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I actually talked with Barry before the show today, and he said that he felt that he kind of played like crap on Wednesday.
Well, he's already turned up his game a notch tonight, I got to say. We've seen 2 nice plays out of him.
Yeah, so look at a lovely, they're called the Yummy Girls, Dave.
The Yummy
Yeah,
Girls?
I believe they have a...
Just tore me a new one.
Yeah, he was tormenting you.
Ken Money's Yummy Girls?
And look at this, Barry's flop bottom 2 pair.
Check to you,
Did
man.
you guys all check?
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody really has much of anything, do they?
3.
Two people.
Oh, that's
Only
a
two
muck.
people. Unless you see Ed in here. I don't see him here.
And that was the case 5, by
Nobody
the
here.
way.
Ed's not sitting there.
Barry's going to bet here.
You need to fix your glasses.
And
Looks
you
like
and I both agree usually bottom 2 pair is not something to slow play.
No, not at all. $150 bet here.
He takes it down.
I got pair of 5s.
I mean, anytime you have bottom 2 pair, you're vulnerable, but with a 2 flush on the board and a straight possibility, it makes it even more vulnerable. I mean, I wouldn't slow play King 7 deuce with deuce 7 in the blind either.
No, yeah, I don't.
But even, King 7 deuce rainbow, it's a little less coordinated, but still.
You're just vulnerable to a lot of hands.
Right.
And especially a board like that. You leave somebody in there, all you're going to do is lose a big pot. Generally.
Come like your hand. Get a big blind.
Well, that's besides the point.
So Barry takes down another pot.
He was going out for way too many cigarettes.
Simultaneous.
Yeah, I know.
Now Mo's got a King 10 of clubs. He's going to raise it up.
50.
Makes it 50 to go.
Really?
Sean is going to call there with the same hand that Barry just had, with 8-5 of diamonds.
No, he just said don't muck the hand because I didn't have the blind on. But
And good old Jesus in there with Jack 3 offsuit, Dave.
I mean, Jack 3 offsuit, what are you really hoping to hit?
I want to say the pot's about $250. King 4-3. So Mo's hit top pair. And he's bet 200. Oh, Jesus mucks the pair. 250 is the bet here. And is Amir going to call with this wheel draw? No, he's going to get away. And Mo takes it down.
Take it down,
Now, it's
Mo.
interesting that Mo, I mean, some people never show their cards. Some people always show their cards. Some people show their cards only when they're bluffing or only when they show good cards. He seems to mix it up when he shows his cards, Dave. I've seen him show down bluffs. I've seen him show down good hands and, as well as bad hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is some sort of at least a plan in his mind of why he's showing and who he's showing it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we saw last night, we saw Hollywood Russ, Russ Pratt there, showing every single hand, whether it was a bluff, whether it was, the nuts, and he showed every single one. And I really think Mo, if he's trying to loosen the table up, he might show a couple of bluffs and trap somebody for later.
Of course, the brownish red chips in this game are $10 chips. The white chips are $100 chips. Purples are $25, and if we see big green ones, they're thousands, Dave. Looks like Jesus is going for the Coronas.
What is it?
We've
The
got,
lovely Maria behind him.
got six-way
There
action
she
in
is.
here. Looks like Barry's having a cocktail there too, Dave.
Cocktails for everybody here.
9 deuce, couple hearts. It was limped around. No one has anything.
Looks like Amir's betting it, though.
He bets 50.
I'm not sure, but I think there's more bluffing when it's not bluff night.
Right. It took us a long time to get a bluff in there last week.
Well, you know what? Once you get like a player like Dimitri, and if you get Ed at the table, and a couple of players that are even more like that, Corporation Mike.
And
at the
actually,
table.
Dr. Beebe has 9-10. Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't have that up. But Barry calls. Is he setting up a play here? Let's see what Beebe does now. Well, now that Barry has called, Beebe might just muck, and he does.
Wow.
Beebe mucks.
Well, Barry's got the best hand, and he's got Amir dominated.
That's it?
Heads up, fellas.
Turns a 9, and Beebe would have made a full house. Check here.
And this is going to go chop. It looks like.
Oh, look at Amir's going to bet again.
Barry can't call this, can he?
It's a $300 bet.
Barry can't even beat ace high.
He said, why aren't you playing any hands? I said, I haven't bad hands. What did you think I was talking about?
I mean, he can only really make a move here, Dave. And by, already he gave it away by how he was shaking his head that he really did. I mean, the way that he acted, and then he's going to check raise, I just don't buy it. I mean, sometimes people will do that and look weak, but there's genuine times when you can pick it up, too, that the guy just doesn't like his hand.
Right. Although I will throw that at you, yeah. Sometimes I always like to say a big tell is if somebody shakes their head, looks disgusted at the flop, looks really sick, and then check raises you. Generally, they have it, because it's obviously a bad act.
I had quads, but I was afraid that, he was going to go for 9. Is it Matthew jackpot here? Yeah, they hit it.
And do you think maybe he was calling to set up a play? And then when the 9 came, he said, I can't make this play anymore.
No, it's 42,000. I won 49 jackpot.
Limped around here.
They start from 40,000.
20 to you, Jesus.
It's changed, yeah. All plus.
120 it is. Pot's been raised.
And Barry's going to raise it up here to 120.
You're not going to raise it, somebody does. Button, dude. Button.
He's got ace-king suited.
$100 raise, fellas.
Come on, Ed. Oh, you big ass pussy.
You give me 100.
Ed
if I
mucks.
win, right? Otherwise, I don't reach this.
I'll give you 100 if I win. You win.
You've been lying lately.
And Jesus is going to make the call. 9-10. So here we go. King, queen, deuce. I mean, the way that these hands run with Barry is I was expecting ace 10-9, Dave. I really was.
There's $20 more to give you guys. That's it.
250.
Barry bets 250 here.
Okay, 240. 200. 150.
How about 40?
40?
I show my card.
Okay, it's like price line. Name your price.
Well, he
Name
does
your bet.
Jesus has a gut shot there.
Yeah, you don't really want Jesus to call, do you?
Right.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
And Barry takes it
I
down.
want to address Riverboat King over on 2+2. The reason you can't get the 10-12 episode, actually, is because I've gone in there and made sure you can't get it. It's all me, Jonas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I think it's just a glitch in the system. It might just have been that episode is new. Give it a couple of days.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be fine.
I like my women in
Button is
Although
in
Barry
6-7.
said that he watched the episode. Or that
Barry
it was
said he
up.
watched it?
Well, he said it was up. So maybe it's just, I mean, we're not technical guys. We don't know. Maybe it's just not coded right correctly, but we'll look into it after the show. We apologize.
Button is in seat 7.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Got a couple of high aces here. 2 ace jacks and an ace queen of diamonds. And Lath has ace queen of diamonds here in seat 1. He makes it
Raise
180.
to 180.
Ed quickly calls with king jack. I think that Sean mucked one of the ace jacks there, Dave. Yeah, he did. He mucked it.
Look at that.
And is Barry going to muck? Well, Barry mucks the ace jack as well. So we know that there's only one jack left in the deck. So Ed's going to have to get real lucky here.
And he's basically got 4 outs. What, 3 kings and 1 jack?
Heads up.
Here we go. Queen 10, 8. So king jack's got an open-ended straight draw.
Still check.
That's obviously another way to win it.
And it goes check, check. Wow, Lath did not bet there with the ace queen.
I think maybe he was looking for the old check raise.
And now he bets.
250 more.
Bets 250. About the size of the pot.
Well, with only 1 card to come, Ed does not have the odds to go for this now. Pot is how much?
It's a $500 pot, 250 to call.
So he's getting 2 to 1 on
And
his
he
money.
does make the call, and the river is a queen, and now Lath fills up. And Lath bets. Looks like 400. And yeah, Ed shows the draw,
Telling you, I can't even buy it.
430.
and he mucks.
430.
Queen ace.
And Lath takes it down.
430 from 7. 6, 7.
It was nice to see Jonas in the game on Wednesday, Dave. Hopefully he'll come back in the future.
Yeah, it would have been really nice if I was in the booth, but since I wasn't, I didn't get to see him.
Yeah. Now, I know we get in question, Dave. There is a huge waiting list for this game. I don't know how long they're going to wait for Dimitri in seat 4. Not up to me out there. I mean, obviously he's really good for the game. What are you doing to yourself there, Dave?
Kind of lost it.
38.
Yeah, Dimitri is actually very good for the game, and generally people that we don't like to give players that long, but I guess Mo wants to give him a little bit extra time for it to show up.
Well, the beautiful thing about Mo is that, you know, if we fill the seat, he'll probably let Dimitri play over him, Dave. Pot is limped around here once again. Here we go to the flop.
Good luck for both of us.
Ace Queen 5. Looks like Jesus has top pair here with the Ace 4. He's going to bet.
120.
He bets 120.
And nobody's got a queen here. I can't imagine anybody calling.
Well, Barry calls. He's got a gut shot to the king.
Heads up, fellas. 120.
Maybe he figures if his straight card comes and Jesus has an ace, he can break him. Times is 7. Jesus bets 200. Or maybe he's going to make a move on Jesus. Nope.
He thought about it. He thought about it. Oh, he wanted to. Oh. He definitely thought about that one. Have you ever done that if you're playing No Limit, you're sitting there and you're counting them out and you're thinking, can I bluff this guy? Should I bluff this guy?
I gotta
How
tell-
much will it take to bluff this guy? Forget it, I muck.
You know, one of the funniest things that it's just popping in my head from last week, or from 2 weeks ago, the 916 show with the with the big win by Dimitri with the 4-5, 2 pair against Barry's think Barry had flopped a straight.
Yeah.
Was the lovely young lady over there in seat 4 clapping for Dimitri after the hand.
Yeah.
Not that. Not
that-
the one that's beside Jesus right now, but I think further to the
No,
left.
it was actually Crystal, and she's sitting behind Sean.
Yep. Yep.
There you go, dude.
80. Pot's been raised to 80.
I just figured you'll get out because anything better over 20, you fold like that.
Barry has raised here
$2 whore.
That's
to
$80.
$80.
Ed will call. Plays like a $2.
Barry's got king queen offsuit,
Good, thank you.
and Ed is in there with 6-9 offsuit. Looks like Sean is going to come in.
5 players.
We got 5-way action. It's a $400 pot pre-flop. Here we go. King 3-3. Barry's got top pair, the original raiser. And
I mean, amazing. $80 bet, right?
Yeah.
And people are calling with like 10-7, 5-9, 6-9.
well, Sean has a flush draw, but Sean is relatively short. He only bought in for 1,000. Check, check, and Barry's going to bet.
600.
He bet 600, but over the size of the pot there, Dave. I mean, and by betting that amount, Sean cannot check raise basically all in as a semi-bluff to represent a 3 because basically he only has about, I think, 800 or 900 in front of him, and Barry's going to call
Right,
pretty
right.
much anything there.
Right.
So,
The added equity of having your opponent possibly fold the hand is obviously not there anymore.
it's really one of the disadvantages of buying in a game short. Because if you start to just lose, let's say you sit around for half an hour, and you're down to now 900 or 800, it kind of takes the semi-bluff tool away, the semi-bluff all
Oh,
in.
yeah?
Because you really don't have that much,
Of course, right.
you know.
Well, it takes bluffing out, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? If you only have $1,000, oftentimes people will look at your stack and go, you can't really hurt me. I'm not really scared. You know?
I'll play make most cards.
With his money.
And
too.
pot is
Yeah.
This pot has been
going to be
raised.
raised here on the button, pocket nines. Makes it 150 to go.
more. 170 total bet.
I don't know what I've got in there.
You got 10.
And Ed calls with king 10. And we're going to be heads up here.
You're never going to give me action, man?
Amir is not in the hand, I do not believe.
No, he's not.
So king 10 against pocket nines.
Heads up, fellas.
Post it.
Heads up, what about a $300 pot?
You'll be first, Ed.
Ace 6-3. And Lath is going to bet in position, only one overcard. He bets 300 here.
300's the bet.
Who bet that?
You, just the two of you. 300.
Well, I really can't beat much out there, Dave.
No.
And Ed mugs, and he shows king 10. Face up. Now, the funny thing about Jonas is that Jonas, of course, played in Wednesday night's game. He used to be a regular at Live at the Bike in the early days, back in February and March. Some people invited him to come tonight, but he says, I don't really play poker on Friday. Friday night's for the ladies. So there you
Okay.
go. Jonas
Hey.
and the ladies on Friday night.
That's great. You know what people forget? I mean, these casinos. I mean, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can pick and choose when you want to play.
Right.
I'm doing my best, Sean. I'm doing my best.
You know, and if your lady wants to go out on Friday or Saturday night, well, hey, play on a different night.
I played a hand, yeah, I lost 400 already. I'm sorry, 500.
I mean, what's the point if you're making thousands of dollars and you're not getting any ladies out of it?
Yeah.
You got to have somebody to spend money on.
Absolutely. We haven't really seen much action here so far tonight. Oh, we got a shot. It looks like Patron there, Dave. Oh, Jesus. It's got the Patron and maybe a rum and coke. Ooh, there it is. Ace, queen, 6 here, a couple spades.
It's amateur night here. Live at the bike.
100.
We've got a $100 bet here on the button. And that's, look at that. That's a message that Barry Woods has given us there in seat 7. It says, see no rags. I don't play
No.
ace rag.
He played ace 7.
I know, that's what I was
about?
saying.
Maybe he meant no ace rag offsuit.
Gentlemen, thank you all very much. Good luck to you.
So Greg is going to get out of the box here.
You got it.
Getting a dealer in there.
Maybe he's watching right now.
Yes.
But I called him 2 times.
And again, you know, I want to say out there to everyone that might have had a problem with the archives that we're working on it. Our producer is actually coming back. She had been gone for 2 weeks, and it's been very hectic here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been
I
crazy.
mean, Isaac's been pretty much running a one-man show. People don't seem to realize kind of what limited resources, you know, we have here. So just please bear
you'd
with
think
us.
40 people are working on this project, but
Right.
it really is more like 4.
Right,
Or
exactly.
5.
And when you have one person who is pretty much the director out of town, it becomes very, very difficult.
Yes. But she will be back on Monday.
Yeah. And she's got a ton of things to address. We've got a raise here.
Wow, and there's
On the
pocket
button.
aces from Sean.
Yep. Pocket aces.
50 to go, please.
And is he the raiser? The
Yes, he
aces?
is.
Okay.
Looks like he made it only 50 to go. And Amir's going to call with 9-5 of diamonds. Wow. Oh, excuse me. 5-4 offsuit. BB's called with 9-5 of diamonds.
Kind of a slow start to this night. So
Yeah, it
far,
has
huh?
been. 4-way action, $200 pot. King 10-3.
Nice flop for aces. Not real coordinated.
Now Ed's got second pair.
Yes, sir.
And it looks like it's gotten checked to Sean. $200 pot.
Sean's
He's
trying to
pretty
figure out.
short, Dave. I mean, he's got maybe 500 left. Do you
Yeah.
move all in here?
You almost want to call. It's not a coordinated board.
Well, he bets 250.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a nice bet. Why not? You want somebody that king to call you.
And let's see if Ed gets involved here. He's got second pair. He makes the call.
Yeah, I mean, you don't mind if Ed calls. If he happens to catch a 10 or a 7, hey, well, then so be it.
So the pot is now $900. The turn is a 7, and Ed's made 2 pair.
Well, there you go. So be it.
And he bets.
Down, lovely boy.
And Sean's going to move all in for, looks like, maybe 260.
And he needs a 3, a king, or an ace.
So the pot's about $1,400, and the river is a 7, and Ed fills up.
Talk about overkill.
Wow. Well, those that, you know, you play with guys like Dave, you know, you and I talk about it off air, and you're like, boy, I mean, you could really play solid and kill this game, but you really need a big bankroll. I mean, it's got to hurt when you take a step up and take a shot, and you're going to get beats like this all the time with some of these players.
Let's
on
be
the
honest.
table.
If you or I had bought into this game, right,
Yeah,
and we bought in for a couple $1,000,
right.
right, and we played that hand, there's a good chance we'd probably lose $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 on that one hand.
Yeah. There's Alan there coming into seat 4. There you go.
And don't fret, if Dimitri comes, he will get a seat. He will get a seat.
Yes, he will.
Wow. But I mean, if you're Sean, you can't be too upset at that. You go, okay, I got my money with the best of it. He just sucked out on me. What am I going to do?
I have pocket ace, you got 10-7, he won. You got runner.
Got an ace queen of clubs here, seat 6. Barry. This small blind. He's going to raise it up to 80.
Wow. From the blind, huh?
Amir calls. And Jesus is going to call. So here we go, about a $250 pot. Maybe
And Jesus does have position.
And Barry hits top pair.
With 20 years experience.
Jesus has second pair. Ace Queen can be a tough hand to play out of position. But Ace Queen can be tough, but when you flop top pair, it makes it much easier.
250?
He's going to bet 250, about the size of the pot. Amir gets away from it. And Jesus has a pair.
What do you think of that
And Jesus
top?
makes the call. Wow. The turn is an ace. It's a third spade. Now Barry's made 2 pair, and Barry checks, I believe. And it goes check, check. And the river's a jack. And now Barry's going to bet here. He bets 300.
Oh, Angels game in the background.
Yeah. Well, Jesus, he made the call on the flop there, Dave, but it doesn't look like he's going to pay Barry off there.
No.
And Jesus nuts.
And did you get a load of that girl's top in seat, behind Mo in seat 9?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's an interesting top.
It's an interesting look. I mean, I got to tell you, it's. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. What is that like? I just want to get little scissors and just cut that little rope between the two.
How her name is Melissa.
And her name is Melissa.
Very nice lady.
Same name
Very
as
nice
my
girl.
lovely wife.
Oh. Look at this. Mo's got pocket kings, and he's just limped in.
And he's obviously looking for the old limp re-raise, huh?
He's busy talking to Melissa.
Maybe that's why he limped in.
Didn't notice the strength of his hand.
Exactly.
He might not get the limp re-raise from what we see here, Dave. Now, Jesus has got king deuce. He's limped.
I help you out.
Bunch of little connecting cards. We got 5-way action, so it's a $100 pot. Oh, there's the dreaded ace. Now, does Mo put a bet out in there and see if
Wow.
someone has an ace?
Check out Amir's hand.
Mears flopped a wheel. And Mo bets.
Now, the only thing I'll give to Mo is he should be able to get away from his hand only because the ace is out there.
Well, he's bet 100.
Hey, that's coming up.
It's a $100 bet here.
Oh, this is
by
like a
Mo.
whole little love fest going on here at Live
Yeah.
the Bike.
And let's see what Amir does with the wheel. He just calls, Dave. Turns at 10 of spades. And Mo has the nut spade, so let's see if he takes the card here on the turn. And the river is an ace.
Wow, and that's going to actually...
And Amir bets 300. And might this induce Mo to call?
The problem is, though, is what can Mo beat? He can't beat spades, and he can't beat an ace. He can only beat what? I mean, what do you think he called on
Yeah,
the
like
flop?
something like a 5, which would be...
Right. But you think Amir's going to bet a 5 on the river? This doesn't make any sense. He'd check it down. Amir's a pretty passive player. He doesn't bet his hands unless he's got a real big hand.
I think you probably put him on a weak ace there, Dave.
Yeah, I 100%. But Mo just can't beat anything anymore.
And it's a really dangerous way to play deuce 4 that way. I mean, you check when the third spade comes, and now the guy checks behind you. I mean, you're looking to flop a wheel with deuce 4. I would just play a little more strong, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and he got unlucky with the fact that I would have played it stronger, also hoping that the guy had ace queen or ace king.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I couldn't figure that one out.
What are you going to do? Button is in seat 7. That makes Ed under the gun. And we're going to get a new player in seat 1. Lath is actually taking a little hit and run and left. I don't understand why you do a hit and run in this game.
Actually, Lath moved to seat 2, Dave.
Oh,
And
okay.
Ed has actually gotten out.
Wow. Okay, that's odd.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, actually, I did overhear Ed saying that he had to go somewhere, so that must have been it.
We've got 5-way action limped around here. Queen, 3, jack, all hearts.
I got the straight flush.
Alan, the check.
3-2 jack. Ali, it looks like you're so busy there. I am, yes. Hey, John. You guys
Got checked around the turn as a deuce.
When we gonna see you?
Amir's the only player with a heart out there, huh?
Monday you're here?
And Mo is going to bet here with top pair. He bets 50. And Jesus calls. With a pair there, Dave. With a pair of 3s. No heart in his hand. Wow.
I actually think, did Mo raise? I mean, did Jesus raise?
Did he raise? He did raise. He
Yeah,
made
I
200.
it looked like 2 white chips. That's why I was
Yeah.
wondering.
So you take my chance.
Couldn't tell up against that yellow K background there.
Wow.
And he raises it up. Mo, Jesus, making a play here.
These are all these
But
are
you know what? You forgot.
And I've seen Jesus make plays, but rarely against Mo.
Yeah.
But they're gonna take you off.
Wow.
And Mo mucks. There you go.
Wow.
Gets Mo to lay the hand down. There you go, Jesus.
Jesus' game has really evolved in the last
Absolutely.
3 or 4 months, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, he did just take that shot of Patron and such.
Nothing like a shot of Patron to make you feel like a man.
Do you like, I mean, I got to tell you, tequila is one of those things. Look at that Mo's drinking some red wine. Tequila is one of those things where you really need to have a good quality tequila. I don't want to be drinking shots of well tequila, Dave.
No. Definitely not well tequila.
No.
But you can get away with, like, you know,
Look
like...
at that. It looks like a Long Island iced tea there.
You can get away with, like, a Cuervo. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, like an
I like
1800.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great, but you can get away with that.
Pocket aces for Jesus now. Deck's beginning to hit him in the face, and Mo's got ace-king of diamonds in the small blind.
Now, you know what would have been interesting? I don't think Jesus showed the bluff, did he?
I don't think
But
so.
if Jesus had showed that bluff and then played this hand real strong, he might have gotten Mo a lot of action out of Mo.
Now, Jesus raised it up, I believe, to maybe 60. And he's 80, and he gets called in 4 spots.
Allen calls it the old Jack 5. And Mo just smooth
Yeah.
calls.
$320
Uh-oh.
pot. Oh, and boy, look at this. Mo's hit top pair. And Jesus has the overpair.
Mo's in trouble.
Oh, this is going to be real interesting. Jesus bets out. How much is the bet here? And we've 260 is the bet.
We've seen this before. Mo likes to, when somebody raises and he has ace-king or ace-queen, oftentimes he likes to play it this way.
And here we go. He's going to raise it up. He's going to make it 600 to go. Now, if Jesus instantly moves over the top here, Dave, what does Mo do?
I don't...
Did he just say all in? And here we go. He's going to push all in. Oh, boy, what a hand. $3,500, a $250 bet on the flop. Mo makes it 600 more, and Jesus moves all in for the remaining $3,500.
We're talking about I want to say it's about a $5,500 pot now, $3,500 to call.
$5,500, $3,500 to call?
Actually, I'm sorry, $5,700,
Yeah.
$3,500 to call.
Wow. What a decision here for Mo.
Man. Now, Jesus raised pre-flop. Would Jesus do this with king-queen?
And like you said, imagine if he had showed that bluff. And look at this. He's taking another shot with the girl here.
Oh, wow.
So he's showing that he's drinking a lot. He's got a little chaser there with his rum and coke.
Wow, and that's just a...
Would he do this with King Jack? Would he do it with the weak king? We've seen him do it before.
Yeah. I mean, would he do it with also... Remember, you could have king-queen of spades.
Yeah.
You could also have ace-king, the same ace-king.
And Mo is in real bad shape.
Now, Mo has has 2 diamonds in his hand.
Yeah, and Jesus has that backdoor spade. So like you said, what, 5,700? And look at this Mo. He's going to make the call, and he is in big trouble. He's going to take another hit tonight unless he gets lucky.
Oh, yeah, he's in huge trouble here.
Are they going to run it multiple times here again? I think they said they're going to run it multiple times. Well, Jesus wins that one. Or is it just one time? Nope, they're just going to run it one time, and look at that. Jesus, with the pocket aces.
Yeah.
Takes it down.
And I was about to say, Mo likes to play that. He likes to play his ace-king and ace-queen that way sometimes. Somebody raises, he smooth calls to almost trap the player.
Yeah.
He's hoping they're raising with ace-jack. And then when he hits a hand like that, if somebody, like, let's say Jesus is raising with king-queen, he plays it slow and then traps him.
Yeah.
But this time he played it slow and got trapped himself.
So, wow, so Jesus takes down over a $9,000 pot, right?
Yeah, it was $5,700 on
Yeah.
$3,500. You're talking about $8,400. No, $9,400.
92, yeah, 90,
Yeah, about 94
Yeah.
total, somewhere in that
Yeah.
range.
Wow. That's incredible. And now, Jesus is starting to take some shots. Let's see if he loosens up his game a little bit.
And keep in mind, Jesus now has about $10,000 in front of him. Actually,
And if you're Mo, you want to cover him. I mean, Mo has the money. I know he keeps a big players bank here. It's like...
I don't know. I mean, Jesus, to me, you'd want to, but...
I got to tell you, if
Jesus' game is-
I'm Mo in that spot, Dave, I lose my chips as well.
100?
I do.
Yeah, it's a tough laydown, I got to tell
Yeah.
you. On the flop, ace-king, it's a
Yeah.
tough laydown.
Against Jesus. Remember, we're not talking about somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be privy to the players. We've seen these guys play many, many times.
Oh, you couldn't tell me that before I told it?
And we got a raise here, I believe. Jesus has picked up ace-queen.
Yeah, one each of these.
Lay's got ace-king suited, and I believe that Mo has brought this one in for a raise. Oh, Jesus brought it in for a raise.
He's
Made
got
it
a real
100.
hand here. And did
Well-
Lath re-raise the ace-king, or
No, I
just smooth
think
call?
Raise?
Layth did re-raise.
And some players like the smooth call with the ace king, and some players like to re-raise. And Latham's
600
re-raise.
more. Now, if Jesus is just, I mean, is he just going to throw these chips in like they're nothing? He's on a roll, Dave.
Well, keep in mind, Jesus bought in for $1,000.
Wow.
He's up over $9,000 today, about $9,000 already.
So,
What is the girl behind? What is she searching for in her glass? She's like looking for something in there. Now, keep in mind, she's had about 3 shots of tequila.
Yeah. So, oh, look at this. Jesus mucks it, Dave. He mucks it. He's playing like a champ tonight.
I gotta tell you, do you really want to cover Jesus? Jesus might be the best player on the table.
He's really playing like a champ tonight.
I gotta tell you one thing. Being a professional poker player, as you and I are, what we see oftentimes, people will make a judgment of a player based on one day that they've seen them play. They go, oh, this guy plays like a jackass, so he's always going to be a jackass.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the truth. Some players will play bad one day, and then 6 months later, they suddenly learn how to play. You know what I mean? Players get better. You know, I got to tell you, if somebody saw me at the Bellagio 6 years ago playing, they'd probably think, oh, I remember this kid, he sucks. You know what I mean?
You mean they still don't think that now?
No, of course they do, which I love. I love the fact that people think they suck.
Because Dave comes up with this whole thing with the backwards hat, and he might show a couple bluffs. Barry Woods has picked up pocket kings here in seat 6.
You got to realize these players are going to learn. I mean, Jesus isn't stupid. He's obviously a pretty smart guy. He's made his money somewhere. And he's obviously gotten better at this game.
Barry's made it 80 to go here. Now, Mo's got queen 10 of diamonds here in seat 9. I'll try to find out word. How much did he rebuy for? We don't know exactly how much he's rebought for, but he has called. And looks like Amir called with ace 9, and Allen's in there with jack 10. So we've got a $320 pot going to the flop. Ace, queen 6, couple clubs. And look at that, Amir's hit top pair.
Not a very good flop for kings.
Barry bets here, 300.
Well, he's throwing 300 out there to see where he's at, and he's going to find out real quick.
Amir makes it, looks like 600 to go.
I like the play by Amir here. First time I've seen him raise all day, and I like it. And this is one of those you can really play the player. Amir rarely bluffs.
And that's what he said. He found out where he was.
And some people can look at that and go, well, how do you even bet it? Why do you even bet kings? You can't automatically assume that somebody has an ace.
Yep. Dave, you know, before the show, I saw on the thread, on the 2+2 thread, that looks like there was an article on PokerNews.com about Charlie. A couple mentions of Live with the Bike. Check that out. I'm not really familiar with that site.
And I know there's a really good write-up actually in the latest Card Player magazine.
Right.
On page, I want to say page 12 or 11 something. Really great write-up.
Yeah.
Nice review. We do appreciate that. Easy lay down there for Barry, pocket kings. Once again, that's playing the player. And we've got an open seat in seat 1. Why don't we get a player there? Got a huge board.
Pot has limped around here. Ace-queen offsuit for, looks like Dr. BB there in seat 7, early position. Boy, we haven't seen him play one hand all night. Well, he's hit the ace.
Yeah, he'll probably play this one, huh?
He's checked it from up front, though, Dave.
It's not even up front, though. He's second to last.
And, well, look at that. Sean's going to move all in for the rest of his money, so, well, BB can make this call, and he's
Did
going to...
Sean make a short buy?
I think Sean was just dwindling down.
No, he lost all his chips with pocket aces before.
So he did make a short buy.
Made a short buy for a couple $100, I guess.
Guess so.
150 all in. All right.
BB calls.
And Sean's in bad shape here.
Turns a 5. The river's an ace, and BB takes it down there with trip aces. Well, we're getting word that Mo has re-bought for 2,000.
2,000, okay.
All right.
Now, Dr. Beebe hasn't been here for a couple of weeks. He might have gone on vacation. Sometimes if you take a couple of weeks off of poker or a month away from poker, it takes you a couple hours to get back into the groove of things.
But I believe you. That's the sad thing. I start believing a poker player.
Looks like Mo's got an ace rag there. He's not going to play. Got a couple people out of the game.
I gotta tell you, it's amazing what happens to your perceptions of reality if you never leave your house.
I was gonna raise 200, no matter what. So it is my problem.
Especially if you just have a reality of a casino, Dave.
Yeah, or like or an online casino. Either way.
Jesus has got 3-4 suited, and he's going to raise out of the small blind.
All I can tell you is that I have possible
200 with 3-4 diamonds, and now
is Barry going to call here, or is he going to re-raise? He's going to re-raise with King 6. Makes it 400.
And this is just a bluffer being bluffed and a back and forth.
And Alan has the best hand. But the funny thing is that do you want to call and take it heads up against Barry? You're both fairly deep. But look at this. Alan calls, so Jesus calls. Wow. We've slowly
$1,200 pot
a
here,
$1,200 pot pre-flop. The flop is all spades, and Barry has the only spade.
And Alan still has the best hand, but whoever bets strong here is going to take this one down. And this was funny. Barry and Jesus were just kind of screwing around.
Yeah, but you can say which suit. No. I got one of those. I'll check. You got a spade out, check it.
And everybody checks. The turn's a 10, and it gives Alan the definite best hand, probably.
Yeah, Jesus is drawing dead. He cannot win this pot.
And Barry bets 300 here. And Alan calls with the ace-10. The board is 9-deuce-8.
Yeah, Barry waited
3
card
spades,
too
and the turn
soon.
is a 10 of hearts. And the river is the jack.
Wow.
And the pot, Dave, is about $2,000 now.
It's $1,800.
$1,800. 500. And he bets 500. That's not going to be enough.
No, not to get Alan out of this pot.
No. 2,300.
I
No,
don't think.
Alan. No, Alan. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
What do we know?
What do we know? And Barry pulls off another big bluff. I just don't know what Alan's thinking there, Dave. 500 into an $1,800 pot on the river?
Especially when
Are
he
you
checks the
kidding me?
flop.
Oh, man.
He checks the flop, you hit your 10, you pay him off, and then he bets 500 into an $1,800 pot.
Yeah.
And Barry Woods, you know, the funniest thing is Barry and Jesus were kind of screwing around.
Yep.
And I actually thought it was going to give an $1,800 gift to Alan. But Alan let himself get bluffed out.
But just a tiny bluff. It's not like, Barry bet $2,000 on the river.
No, but I mean, the $500 bet isn't a bad bet. It's kind of like a I want you to call me bet.
Yo contigo soñaba otra cosa.
You're the host of this game, Mo. Isn't it like an
Y
unwritten rule?
estaba
You can't raise
seguro.
And Mo's got pocket jacks, and he's going to raise.
Pero vales igual que las otras. Las tiene por cada la misma.
I have your hand. One of yours.
Pocket jacks makes a raise here. I think it's about 100? 120.
Yeah, and the usual jovial Mo is not quite as jovial right now. It's just a bad. Anybody who's just picking this up now, watching this now, Mo went broke, lost his entire stack, about $4,000, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood, to Jesus. When a king flopped, Mo had ace-king, and Jesus had pocket aces. And look at the board
here. I don't understand why we have 2 open seats. There's about 25 names on the board here.
Yeah, no need to wait for Dimitri here, because Mo will get up for him. I know that.
Raise.
Jesus is going to raise here. 3-4 offsuit. Makes it 160 to go with 3-4 offsuit.
And the action's really picked up here at Live at the Bike, huh?
Absolutely. Alan's got Jack 8.
Adam Ryder. Adam Ryder, he owns it.
And Alan lays it down. Jesus takes it down. Aggressive
And he
style.
shows 4-3 offsuit.
Yep.
They're connected,
I guess he puts all gets the job.
And that sweet girl in seat 5, what's her name?
Thank you, baby.
Girl's like 15 years young.
It's not your girl, it's
Unbelievable beauty. Right? I don't know what the hell she sees.
Well, she's giving Jesus a massage. Maybe that's helping Jesus' performance here. That and the Patron always helps, huh?
Mo is here in the big blind now.
Funny guy.
I gotta tell you, when I'm playing poker, I like to keep my women and my poker separate.
Well, you've said that before. We got a raise
I gotta be
here.
honest. I mean, it's just
I'm going to fall for you.
poker to me is business. I'm there to make money, you know?
Lath is raised to 250. We can't see his cards there in seat 2. Amir's got pocket 10s. He's going to call. And Jesus is in there with ace-9 suited.
Give her a white shirt.
Lath has got pocket kings.
Well, if this comes out all babies, let's see if Amir gets in trouble.
$250 pot pre-flop. So pocket kings there for Lath, and it's
Wow.
8-4-3. You wonder if Amir's going to get in trouble. It is all clubs, though.
All comes an easy hand for Jesus to get away from.
Robert, you're not doing anything.
$750 pot.
And it's what's on his wrist?
I don't know.
Is he a quarterback? He has plays or something? Maybe he's the backup quarterback or something.
Now he's going to bet, I believe, about 500 here, Dave.
And the pot was what, 750?
Yeah, so it's 1250, 500 to call. Is Amir going to get involved here without a club in his hand with the overpair? I mean, Lath has played it pretty tight all night.
Well, if Amir smooth calls this and then sets up a play and raises him big on the turn, you wonder if maybe you can take it away from him. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure that Lath is deep enough to get away from his hand now.
Amir lays it down. There you go. A nice little hand there.
Thank you.
And there it is. Oh, it looks like surgery. Okay. I thought maybe
It's just surgery.
no. I thought like the backup quarterbacks in the NFL, they have those on their wristband they have the plays.
It sounds funny, but if you play a lot of live poker, like No Limit, like you take notes. Like Mo, he says he takes notes. You actually almost come into a game with kind of a playbook that you're going to play different hands.
So it might be on your wrist.
Yeah.
I think that would be hysterical if you had it on your wrist.
The playbook.
Yeah. Your little playbook.
And you always know when Jesus is betting strong when he raises it to his left. He'll shove chips out. He keeps raising in front of Barry. Puts the chips right in front of Barry. He makes
Really?
it 150 to go with King
It's a good
Jack.
tell that you picked up there.
Actually, Jesus has got ace-8. Barry makes the call with King Jack. Well, these are trouble
And
hands.
Mo calls too.
Actually, Mo gets out of there.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, so we're heads up. Ace-8 against King Jack. Heads up. Oh, look at that. A king comes. Jesus bets 200. Barry makes it 400, and Jesus quickly calls. Wow. Oh, wow. Over $1,000 pot here.
And they're kind of playing, but at the same time, this is real money, folks.
Turns a 5. Jesus checks. And it goes check, check. And the river's an ace. Barry checked the turn, and now they just check it down. Oh, wow. Wow. And Barry's in shock. That's unbelievable. Why did he check the turn, Dave? Trying to induce a bluff on the river?
Maybe. I mean, that's all I can think of.
But he checked it down on the river because he kind of got scared. The ace there. I mean, you got to figure if Barry puts a bet in on the turn, Jesus is probably not going to call.
Right, and I guess on the river, once the river comes out, he probably looked at it and goes, well, can I get called by a worse hand? Does he have maybe a king with a worse kicker than me?
Wow.
These two seem to be getting along like they're buddies now. Maybe they're just kind of like checking things down and just, not really trying to mix it up too much. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, now Barry's got pocket 10s, and Jesus has ace-9 again, this time offsuit.
And that was about, we're talking, that was about a $1,200 pot
Yeah.
Jesus took down.
Absolutely.
Jesus is up over 11,000 now.
Wow.
120.
Barry's going to make it 120 to go here with pocket 10.
And another Patron he has.
In a mirror, he looks like he has a cocktail as well.
We should actually have, instead of a chip count, we should have a cocktail count.
Yeah.
Well, we do. I'll tell you what I have.
And I'm still wondering, with that big board, why there's a couple seats open.
Can I take a nap while you say anything that you want to do?
In about 2 minutes, I'm going to go out there and get play the table.
And Jesus makes the call here with ace-9. Jack 9-4. Jesus has second pair. Is he going to get involved?
Barry's got a pair of 10s. He's good right now,
Yeah.
but he might not know it.
About a $250 pot. He bets 300.
Only because you gotta set 1,000.
And Jesus. He's going to check raise him, Dave, I believe, to 1,300.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
And these guys are just,
This is going nuts now.
these guys should get a room. I mean, these guys are just going at it all night.
A bet by 300 by Barry on the flop, and Jesus is check raised to 1,300 with ace-9.
And I got to tell you, these guys are kind of like, they're really getting along, but they're
Why does
having...
Barry Woods always, it's him that gets in these situations with the big check raises, Dave.
Yeah.
He can't beat the jack. Remember, you know, he's had these plays against Kenna. Oh, it's just insane.
Yeah.
1,300 here to go.
And these guys are having a good time. I
And
got to give them that.
if he calls and Jesus moves big on the turn, is he prepared to make a call with pocket tens?
He can only really beat, he can beat a semi-bluff. He can beat, you know, a queen 10 per se. He can beat a couple
And
of
look
hearts.
at this. Barry's going to make the call. It looks like he's going to make the call here.
I'm still thinking about it.
Oh, I thought he put his chips out there.
Yeah, he's still thinking about it.
Sorry, I jumped the gun there.
I know, you got excited. I was getting excited, too. He actually said time. He asked for time. And he's thinking about it. I don't think he can call this. I really don't.
Well, I mean, us saying that means nothing because we've seen it in the past.
I mean, to me, why not pick your spots better? I mean,
Yeah.
even if Jesus has a couple of big hearts. We got a new player in seat 3, and it's Nuzio Bagarin. And he's another newcomer.
Okay. You want to get it here?
Barry really has those chips out there pretty quick. I mean, and pretty close to what you would say that imaginary line is there, Dave. I mean,
Yeah.
he's sticking him out there. He's releasing. And he makes a re-raise. Oh, wow.
And I like that play much better than calling.
And look at this. Jesus immediately calls. How much is the re-raise here? I think it was to 2,000.
Another 1,000.
The turn is a queen. It's, oh, wow. Oh, but Jesus, and I think Jesus checked it, Dave.
And
Jesus
Barry checked as
the
well.
turn. And now the river's a 3. Dave, the pot's about, I want to say, 6,000 to 7,000. Boy, Jesus could really pick up a big, if he bet there on the turn.
No, well, that's the thing. If Jesus had bet on the turn, there's no way Barry's going anywhere because he has a 10 of hearts in his hand.
Okay.
But now,
Yeah.
Jesus can probably steal his pot away if he moves in.
Well, it's about I want to say it's about a $7,000 pot right now. Oh, and I think it just went check. And 10s are going to be good. I think Jesus just kind of shut down there. At the
Yeah,
end.
and Jesus tells him he has one pair, and Barry says, which one? And they don't want to show.
Barry takes it down there with pocket 10s. He re-raised Jesus, and Jesus instantly called.
Yeah, well, I think Barry might have put him on a couple of hearts or some sort of draw, and he was trying to take it down right there. And then when Jesus called him, he said, oh, shoot, maybe this guy's got a jack.
Yeah.
Now, had Jesus bet strong on the turn, there's no way Barry's going anywhere because he's got 10 hearts in his hands.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's an open-ended straight draw, but if the guy has a flush, a higher flush, you're going to peel for 2 outs?
Yeah, but you got to look at it this way and go, okay, well, the pot's 7,000 already. I just, knowing Barry, you think Barry's going to go anywhere with an open-ended straight flush draw? I just don't believe that.
New player coming into the game in seat 1.
That's why I stayed with you.
It's Seth.
I'm not here to win money. I'm here to have a good time.
Well, and I wonder if Jesus had bet, if Jesus had bet 5,000 on the river,
Yeah.
can Barry call?
Yep.
Man, wow. I got to tell you, on the flop, though, I really like the re-raise from Barry. I like it much better than just smooth calling, huh?
Alan, yours is just a small blanket.
Again, it was difficult to see that re-raise, how much that was on the turn.
Yeah, he on the flop
He's
me
got the button, but you can come in.
Well, yeah, on the flop, because I thought that Jesus had check raised it up
to 1,000.
1,000, and then Barry made it 2. Okay, I guess that
Exactly.
makes sense.
Well, he raised it 1,000, so you
Yeah.
can re-raise it 1,000.
So again, the pot was somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000. But I mean, we just see it time and time and again that Barry is not afraid to call with a single pocket pair that is not top pair on a board.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And he was playing the player there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
playing Jesus. And that's part of the reason why can you really blame Mo for losing all his chips with ace-king there
Yeah.
when he flopped top pair. Top pair, top kicker.
You're PD.
He's probably cursing himself going, the one time Jesus really has a hand, you know?
They take it out maybe. Okay.
Alan's got a king, queen of hearts. Actually, that's not Seth in seat 1. It's
Yeah,
a
it was
different
going to be
one.
Seth, and Seth got taken away, and instead we're getting Tommy.
One grande.
Ask them where was T8. They got
100?
TH other than here. Yeah, I'm saying.
80
He's
more?
saying he's first up here.
Alan has raised here with king, queen suited. And Mo just limped in with ace, queen, Dave. He's got Alan dominated.
He's 7 offsuit.
Mo's doing a lot of limping in this game, isn't he?
7 offsuit.
With some big hands.
Are you laying down good here?
And BB mucks up to jack 10, and looks like Mo's gonna call.
The loose players.
And like I said, that's what Mo likes to do that. When somebody raises, Mo likes to do that with ace-queen or ace-king.
4 players.
And hopefully hit part of it.
Jesus is in there with 7-4, and C3's in there with queen 6. 10-8 deuce. Let's see if Alan fires.
200.
200.
And look at this, Jesus is gonna bet. Where's the button here?
Seat 2.
So Jesus, it got checked. Alan checked it. He raised out of the blind.
Yeah,
Okay.
out of the big blind.
And Mo gets rid of it. Now we get a new player there, Muzio in seat 3. He mucks.
I got hearts and I see.
And Jesus takes it down. Let's see if he shows the bluff. Nope.
And this time he doesn't show it.
And look at that. Look at the girl behind Jesus. What's her name there again?
That is
That's a 10, that's 11. That's us. I'm on it.
Crystal.
Crystal.
I thought in blame with you.
I'm on it. Actually, I told
Yvonne.
I'm on it.
Okay, you go all in, I call.
We'll call her girl number 2.
Okay.
There's girl number 2.
Sivan. Sivan. Okay. Sorry about that, Sivan.
How stupid of us.
Looks like a nice, lovely
Why don't we get a shot of
Unworthy.
Nuzio there in seat 3?
new player.
New player there.
Hey, why you
And there he is. There's Nuzio. And his name is Nuzio Bagarin.
chicken nuggets?
Good old Nuzio. And there's Tommy, new player in seat 1.
And the lady behind him is his wife,
His lovely wife sitting behind him.
Rose.
Rose.
We have a raise here.
Give my dollar
Is
back,
it
I'll
Jesus that raised here out of the small blind? It looks like to 150.
call. Okay, give me $100.
4 players.
Excuse me, seat 2 was the one that raised. He's got ace, queen of hearts.
And-
we got
but
a couple
Jesus called,
callers.
though.
Yep.
And Dr. Beebe's going to call.
Add,
Wow.
add 140. I didn't bring
With
the
King
phone.
Jack off suit.
So it's still 160 in front of you.
And Nuzio has the button in seat 3.
3 players.
We got three-way action.
Three-way action.
$300 to $400 pot here. Jack deuce 5. Jesus has a wheel draw.
Dr. Beebe's got top pair there.
2 more shots.
Check.
Wow, and Dr. Beebe checks.
Lath bets. He bets 450 here, Dave.
Wow.
I think the pot now is about 750, 450. And look, and BP check mucks the King Jack.
Why are
How
you
is
playing
that
King Jack?
tight? Holy smokes. That's incredible, Dave. Incredible.
What is he doing? What is he thinking?
Don't quite. I
He took a month off, and what? Did he go to the Caribbean and leave his brain there? What is he doing? I just don't. I have no problem with laying down top pair with only king kicker if you think you're beat. If you think somebody has queens, kings, or aces.
Right.
But what are you calling
Why
a
are you
pre-flop
calling it
raise?
pre-flop?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you calling to make 2 pair?
if you're going to be in there with King Jack, I'd rather actually hit a Jack as top pair on the flop as opposed to a King.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The only hand I'm really. There's. If it comes out like that, Jack. I think it was Jack 5 deuce. The only hand I'm really scared of there are aces, kings, queens, and maybe ace jack.
We got vintage Jesus now, Dave. He's going to make it 100. Looks like 200 to go with deuce 7 offsuit out of seat 5.
Well, why aren't we on Jesus? Why are we on her? I don't understand. Somebody fill me in.
Mo's got ace 9 of hearts.
No, don't call.
Oh, that's why. It's up to Mo. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Call.
I'm a little slow.
There we go.
And he's going to show.
Show it.
The worst card.
And he is having a good time. I got to give Jesus credit for one thing. He takes a big hit there. I mean, he lost $2,500.
Bias.
He lost $2,500 to Barry there with his ace nine,
Yeah.
and he's still firing. Most guys, when they lose a big pot like that, you know, they kind of slows them down.
I didn't know. Could you beat 7-2? I'm sorry about that.
All right, start. The alcohol's a big.
No.
200.
Every 1 hour.
200 is my bet.
Pocket queens for Jesus this time, Dave.
All right.
If I should go.
He made it 200, and Mo has moved
Oh,
all in.
no.
Oh, wow, Mo's moved all in. He's moved all in with ace 3 of diamonds, and Jesus is going to call him.
Oh, Jesus has set it up.
Oh, wow. Turns a king. Mo needs to spike an ace here, and it doesn't come, and Jesus has busted Mo again. Again. Oh, my.
Oh, man. And Jesus is playing Mo like a fiddle. Oh, my.
Wow.
Oh. Oh, my.
And Dave, I think it was, did Jesus raise and Mo re-raised there?
Yeah, Jesus made it $200 to go, and
Yeah.
Mo just figured Jesus was playing ground again, figured he was full of crap, and he was going to steal a $200 raise
This is some
by moving all
unbelievable
in.
stuff here tonight.
And that time, Jesus had a real hand. And Jesus just set Mo up.
Because he's turned over the 7 deuce last time.
Well, and he also turned over 3-4 offsuit.
Yeah.
And he turned over 9 deuce.
Yep.
And he just set Mo up. And Mo just lost $2,000 like that.
Wow. That is
Wow.
unbelievable.
And that is just, I mean, hey, you know, if you're going to show a deuce 7 and then get queens the next hand, that's the way to do it. I guess that's the reason to show deuce 7, huh?
That's incredible stuff.
All in for a 45. Thank you.
Wow. And
That's just unbelievable.
And you know what? It makes Mo look really bad there. But you know, when you see it deuce 7, you figure, okay, this guy's got deuce 7. He's got crap.
Yeah.
I'm going to move all in. Jesus is going to fold, and I'm going to win an easy $200. The problem with the play, and we talked it all the time, is Mo does that a lot, right? He likes to mess around and play around, but he's risking 2,000 to win
Yeah.
200.
Yeah.
And like we always say, it works 19 out of 20 times, or it works until it doesn't work.
Yep.
And that time, obviously, it didn't work. Jesus woke up with a real hand.
We're going to get a chip count in here at some point. And Jesus, he's just smoking here tonight.
Yeah, now he lost 2,500 to Barry Wood, so he's back up to about 10,000 again.
Check is okay.
Yeah, check.
But man, it's Jesus night
Give me
at
a
Live at the
7,
Bike.
7.
Amir's got ace 3 here. It looks like it's the best hand so far. Jesus is calling for the 7 because he has an open-ended straight draw. And Amir has bet here. Look at this. Jesus doesn't even chase it, Dave.
Back, let me see if I get there.
Amir bet 70.
No 7, no call.
See, the only play that Jesus made that was somewhat strange was the ace-9 play. But to be honest with you, he check-raised Barry an awful lot of money. And it was only, 9 out of 10 players throw the pair of 10s away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that play works against almost everybody else.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible.
Yo tenía par de ases y él me aventó con par de reyes. Le dije, bueno, a ver si llame. Eran las primeras 2 cartas. Mira lo que me estoy tomando, ¿eh? Estamos pisando a gusto. A la mejor a
And Jesus is just having the time of his life. You wonder how many more shots. I mean, is he gonna? He's had what, 3 or 4 shots. We should have like a Patron counter.
That's what I said.
Dave.
Forget the chip count.
Yeah.
I want a cocktail count.
Yeah, we should have a Patron counter.
Sorry. 10 o'clock exposed.
Maybe we'll put that in there.
10 o'clock exposed.
Hey, Okay, no. See, you got my card. I cannot call.
10 a diamond exposed.
And we're having a lot of fun here at Live at the Bike.
110. I cannot do 3 other times.
So when you eat your cereal,
I'm getting word that there's an open tab on the table for liquor, Dave.
Good.
I think the big winner is paying.
Hey, good. That's the way it should be. You know what? When you're playing at the stakes like this, why not? Have a good time.
5-way action here. King Jack 5, Rainbow.
Dr. Beebe's got top pair.
Let's see if he mucks it this time.
Ya la tengo bien fea.
It got checked around. The turn is a 4. And he's in position, Dave. He did not bet.
I just don't understand. And now he bets.
He bets, looks like 200.
He was really mixing it up the last couple of weeks.
No, I know.
Like the last week before he went on vacation. Now he's come back, and he's back to his old self.
I mean, it's one thing. I almost think that this play is even a little bit more astounding than the King Jack before. I mean, you're on the cutoff with King 10 and you don't bet the flop.
Yeah. I mean, there are times, right, with the King Jack, I mean, maybe the guy bets big, and you can kind of like, you know,
right.
Okay, you know, he bet big again, you know, maybe you get a read that the guy's got a big hand. So you throw it away. Okay, fine. I mean, is BB just waiting for the nuts and hoping that somebody pays him off?
I don't know, but this has just been some incredible action. I mean, when Jesus is on a roll, he's on a roll.
Yeah, we've seen this. I mean,
incredible.
he's literally turned $1,000 into probably close to 11 or 12 now.
The night of Jesus. Unbelievable.
I mean, don't shortchange Barry Woods. He's probably up $4 or $5 grand also now.
Yeah.
He's making money today. 200.
Make it 200.
Jesus is raised here. Makes it 200 to go.
And you know what? How do you play versus him? You know, because sometimes he's got nothing and sometimes he's got everything.
Okay, you got to chop both of them and you don't call.
And he's made it 200.
And Mo's rebought for how much now? 2,000 again?
I think it is.
How about an 8?
And Mo's original buy-in, I want to say, was for 3,000 or maybe 2,000 also, and he obviously built that up before he lost it.
Maybe he's kicking himself out for that mistake. I mean, it's just as long as Jesus bets his good hands and his bad hands, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, that's the risk you take when you move all in to steal a pot. That's the risk you take. We saw him do it.
And Allen calls here with ace 9. He's got him dominated.
And he checks blind.
Checks blind. Well, chances are an ace is not going to come. Oh, and it's an ace, and he's picked up 2 pair. And is Jesus going to lose a lot on this one? He bets 300 here, and he shows Barry the ace. But Allen has 2 pair.
And Jesus is almost drawing dead here. He needs runner 3.
Ace, queen, 9 on the flop.
I mean, he can tie the hand if
Couple
a
of
queen
diamonds.
comes.
And he's showing a 3. And look at this. Allen's going to raise.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Jesus
And
went all in.
Jesus says all in. And Allen calls. Jesus goes all in with ace 3. Oh, wow, Dave. And that's it, folks. Just like that, Allen doubles up. Boy, would everyone at the table like to be in Allen's shoes in that hand.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Easy come, easy go, huh?
He only had about 2,000 in front of him, Dave. But I mean, Jesus has been drinking some Patron tonight, so you know it's.
Yeah, and that's playing the player. When Allen is a pretty passive player, and when Allen shows strength, he generally has it.
Why is it? Did Jesus only have? Did he take money off of the table?
I've heard discount on poker game, but it's nice, very nice.
I mean, he only has what, 3,000 or 4,000?
Yeah, that's why I give discount.
We had. I guess we're getting word that he had 5,400 before that hand, Dave. Huh.
I think he must have pocketed a $5,000 chip.
You think so?
There's no other explanation for it.
Sort of a second blind shot. Mississippi.
Yeah, and they're generally speaking, you're not allowed to take any money at the table, but nobody is objecting, so.
That's got to be it, right, Dave? I mean, it has to be.
He had over 10,000. I mean, the pot versus Mo was 9,400.
And it's really none of our business to go out and say that. If the players don't see it or they don't care, then fine, right?
Exactly.
If he wants to play short and they don't call him on it, then fine.
It's
But
not
that
up to us.
just goes to show you, we think he's up.
Oh, we know he's up.
Yeah, we know he's up.
Now, this is a big hand here. Lath in seat 2 has ace-king, but Nuzio, our new player, has pocket aces.
Yes.
See how it's played out.
Whatever you want to do is your call.
The button is in seat 1. These are the blinds actually playing at each other. And Lath likes to play his ace-king pretty aggressive pre-flop. And he does. He makes it 200.
It's all in.
And Nuzio's all in.
Yeah, moves all in here.
And that's actually Nuzio, not Muzio.
Muzio moves all in with the aces.
Get that changed right away.
And Lath is going to call, Dave. That's like, what is that, about 1,200 there?
We're talking about a $2,500 pot right now.
9-8 deuce. The turn is an 8.
And it's over.
That's it. The river's a jack. Nuzio takes it down there with the aces. Wow. Action's flying.
And all I can
around
say
here.
about Lath is, do you think maybe is he a tournament player to call an all-in $1,000 more? To call $1,000 more with only ace-king offsuit?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a tournament play there, you know?
It
Cash
is.
game, ace-king, you got to get away from that pre-flop.
Absolutely.
And I just said, I said Lath really plays those ace-kings and ace-queens really strong pre-flop, and I was wondering if he'd get himself in trouble, and he did.
It doesn't have that sign.
So even though, again, we want to stress it, because we always try to determine who's the big winner for the night, Jesus is probably up more than anyone, even though it doesn't appear so.
I don't know, Barry Woods might be up more now.
Okay.
And Barry Woods had those like 3 or 4 really early bluffs.
Yeah.
Where he won 1,800 and then he won 1,200.
Then he won that money from Jesus. but
Yeah, I think Barry
It's
Woods
just
is
the
probably up
numbers
5 or
don't seem
6.
to add up in seed 5, right?
No, he clearly pocketed a $5,000 chip.
Yeah.
Clearly. So he's got $3,400. So let's say he has $8,400 total now, which means if you do the math, he's up about $7,000 on the night.
He has raised here.
You can't raise, man.
Well, I thought that Jesus raised, but I guess he's going to limp. That's interesting. He's got deuce 10 offsuit.
There we go.
120. You outright?
So how was it? Yeah.
Did the same thing with Dimitri.
I know, that was
What did I tell you? 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, Amir raises it up to 120 with ace queen of diamonds, and he's going to throw it away. I think everybody smucks. Nope, Jesus is going to call. Wow, and Jesus calls with 10 deuce.
That's unbelievable. And the ace comes here. Ace, 8-5, couple hearts.
And that flops missed Jesus completely.
Yeah. Amir has a bet here. And Jesus shows the 10 deuce, and Amir takes it down.
See, I don't play with cards.
And Jesus is just like, he's just a wild gambler. You know, easy come, easy go. $2,000 win, $2,000 loss, who cares? Man. I mean, we've seen Jesus, I think he's been involved in like 5 or 6 huge hands
Yeah.
of over $3,000 or $4,000.
Unbelievable.
And he's obviously won a couple. The big wins obviously are against Mo.
Yeah.
And he's lost some to Allen, and he's lost some to Barry Woods.
Another one. Wow, look, they're getting real close there. Marianne Jarvis out there, Dave, the Jesus groupie. She's got to be jealous.
I'm jealous.
That's incredible.
I want a shot of Patron with Jesus. I'll sit on his lap if I can have a shot of Patron with him.
Mo has got ace king here. He's going to raise it up. Looks like maybe 220 there, Dave. Now, seat 1, that is
Tommy.
Tommy, he also has ace king.
Yep.
And is Allen going to get caught with king queen in seat 4? And Jesus has pocket queens. Oh, my. And he's in good shape. 2 of the aces are dead. 3 of the kings are dead.
Poor Mo.
3 of the kings are dead. Jesus has got queens.
Yeah, and you got to love his hands.
Let's see what he does. Come on. He should really play it hard here.
Well, all those players in for 220, he should be moving all in.
How much is he going to raise it up to here? He raises
total.
1,000 total. Oh, man, and Mo is going to get in trouble. He's moved all in here, Dave. This is incredible stuff.
Oh, I'm in pain watching Mo's game tonight.
And now Jesus has made it 1,000. Mo moves all in. How much extra is it? The action's over to Tommy now with ace king.
It's an easy laydown for Tommy. It's an easy laydown for Tommy.
Incredible.
He's got ace king offsuit. It's an easy laydown for him.
Incredible. He's got 2,200 all in, so Mo's actually made it 2,200 to go, which raises Jesus by 1,200.
And what do we have? He's basically drawing dead to, he needs one of the less 2 aces, and there's only 1 king left.
Yeah. Jesus is in real good shape here with queens.
Well, if you were to
Real good
punch
shape.
all these hands into
Yeah.
into a card player type thing,
Yep.
some sort of, you'd probably see Jesus as like, I would say, probably a 75-25
And
favorite.
look at that. Tommy mucks it wisely, and I'm sure Alan's going to muck.
Oh, it's an
And here we go. Jesus calls. This is incredible.
Oh, gosh.
Incredible.
Poor Mo. What is going to happen here?
Unless he gets lucky. Here we go.
All the time.
Well, Jack 10-3.
He's got
Mo's
more
got a
outs
gut
now.
shot. The 9 comes here, and the river's a 3, and Jesus has made it a 3 for tonight, breaking Mo 3 times.
I called you.
Wow. Incredible. Jeez. Wow.
And look at them. They're getting married.
Incredible stuff. Oh, and he's going to hug Barry Woods. He kisses Barry Woods.
He gave Barry a kiss. Oh, God, I thought I was going to see some tongue there.
Oh, man.
God, everything's going crazy at Live at the Bike.
And Mo is down to the tune of about 7,000 right now.
No need to watch Cinemax. We got soft porn here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And poor Mo. Another 2,000 down.
Wow.
Just for the record there, Allen would have made a straight on the river, on the turn.
Yeah.
He had king-queen.
Yep.
Obviously, he can't call that, but...
And, oh, that is just killer.
And it's almost like Jesus wins from Mo and just gives it away to everybody else.
Absolutely amazing.
Wow. I think Jesus has had only 3 real hands all night, and Mo has walked into every single one. And you know, it's interesting. When we're done with Live at the Bike, I usually walk outside and say hi to Mo. I'm not going near him tonight.
Now, Jesus has a weak ace here, ace 6. And he just looks like he just limped in there, so we got a chip count. Oh, excuse me, he's going to raise. He's going to raise with the ace 6. Wow.
Yeah, and Amir there has got ace king.
Yep. So is Amir pulled the limp re-raise?
Nuzio's got ace queen. Wow. There's some big hands out there.
280.
So Jesus raises it up. I think he said 280. Was it 280, did you say? Barry gets away. Let's see what Amir does.
You raise?
Amir calls.
Call 280.
280 raise.
I got to tell you, great re-raise pre-flop by...
Oh, by Jesus.
Before.
Absolutely.
If he slow plays those queens, he loses the whole pot to Allen.
He's
'cause
got to
Allen's
play it
open-ended.
that way the way he's playing tonight. That's how he's going to get paid off.
Yeah, great play by him.
And Muzio calls with the ace-queen. So we've got another big pot brewing here, about $840.
$840 to the flop, and I doubt an ace is going to come.
So let's see if Jesus bets he might take it down. Oh, there's the king. That gives Amir top pair.
3 players.
Anybody has a game?
$840 pot.
Okay, 200.
And
this
Jesus
is-
just bets 200.
Now, this is the weakness in Jesus' game. I don't think he pays attention to the players enough. Because there are some players that will mix it up with him. But Amir is one of those players where if he's in there, he's got it.
If it's too small, you raise. I only put 200.
And he's going to raise it up, I think. He is.
Makes it 500 more.
So he makes it 800 straight, huh?
Yep. And there's just no way that Jesus can call here, right?
No, we're talking about a $1,900 pot now, 500 to call, but ace 6, you got nothing.
Yeah,
Amir
he's
takes it
going to
down.
muck it. Wait,
I respect you.
Sivan over there in seat 5, she looks like she's having a good time there with Jesus, huh?
Well, hey, you know, 5 Patrons and the guy you're backing is winning a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, give me 5 Patrons, I'll have a good time. Actually, I'm live at the bike here.
Hey, what night is tonight for me, Dave?
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's double fist night. Friday night, double fister.
I got to tell you, it looks like, you know, our technical director, Isaac, he's had a kind of a hectic night. I think he needs a couple of beers after the show, too.
You know what? I think I'll buy you a couple of beers, and I will buy Isaac a couple of beers. Who knows? Russ Fox actually came in and redeemed his 30-minute massage today.
Oh, really?
I was actually kind of I actually took that out of my winnings, so did better than I thought I did.
¿Ya está David? Ok, ahorita voy, nomás deja el juego.
No, quédate
No,
acá.
¿cómo no, güey? Pues yo soy el mero jefe.
Jesus, wake up and play.
Now let me ask you this question. I want to ask you a question that's a serious question.
Juan Grande.
Oh, Jesus raises to 100 here. He's got, looks like 8-4 offsuit.
Hey, siéntate
But he's got the button.
Yeah.
He's got position.
Vuela, espérate.
And Dr. Beebe is calling with Jack Queen offsuit.
Ahí voy, ahí voy.
Wow.
His game has been a little bit of a mystery
Ahí está
tonight, Dave.
100.
Yes.
I just don't, I mean,
And we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 callers, 6 callers.
Wow.
We've got $600 pot here. And the flop comes Ace, King, 9, all hearts.
well, Lath has hit top pair, 2 pair. Bottom 2 pair, that is.
With 3 hearts out there, not necessarily a great hand.
No, but nobody really has a heart. I mean, Nuzio's the only one with a heart. It's a 6 of hearts.
Late's going to bet.
At 500.
He bets 500.
500 into a $600 pot. It's a nice bet. I don't think anybody can call him.
You're lucky I don't have nothing.
It might be unlucky for Late that
I
he
tell
had
you,
nothing. 'Cause if he had a weak ace there, all his money would have gone in probably.
We have the best job. This is great. This is so much fun. Once again, we are live at the Pike. I'm David Zuckman here with Bart Hansen, and we're watching No Limit Hold'em, Friday night style.
You're my friend, you do whatever you
We're all drinking. We're all having a good time. Blinds are $10 and $20.
Yeah, you have to give me a lucky chip.
That's your lucky chip. You want to hear it? Well, give me this back because I'm going to pay for my drink.
Of course, you can follow a thread that started on the internet by going to 2plus2.com. Click on forums, and we're in the World Poker Tour and other televised tournament section there, Dave.
Now, Mo is rebought for another $2,000. Let me ask you this. The button is in seat 6. Barry
Yeah.
Woods had the button. A couple of limpers here. I think Jesus has just raised it up to 100. Would you ever leave the game if you're Mo? I mean, I know it's a good game.
Not if I got my, my wits together, Dave. Like if I'm emotionally
I mean,
attacked.
you don't ever say, it's not my night, forget it. I don't care how good the game is.
I don't really. I mean,
I know you don't believe in that, but, I mean, does it come a point where you just go, you know what? I'm getting my ass kicked here.
doesn't look like anyone really picked up anything here.
300.
Although Jesus has been betting in position when it gets checked to him pretty much constantly.
Well, he was the pre-flop raiser. Why not
I think this
represent?
one was limped around pre-flop.
2 down.
It was raised? Yeah.
Can I call?
Yes, ma'am.
He raised it to 300 pre-flop? 100. Ah, okay. There we
He
go.
just bet 300.
Ah, he's bet 300.
He made it 100, 4 callers, so it's $400 pot, and now he's just bet 300. And Alan's got ace jack, and Alan looks like maybe he wants to check raise.
4,000 more.
Alan thinking maybe make a play here.
Yep. There you
Come
go.
on, guys, you don't give me action. That's why I don't like to play with
And look
you
at
guys.
Savan there, giving Jesus a little
Baby, for you.
the shoulder rub.
I have no pair. Why don't I have any
What the hell? No, you run a runner straight.
huevos?
That you have, basically. Unfortunately, if you stay off the steroids, you won't be this big.
Mo, play with me.
And the button here is in seat 7.
Over there, hey.
They're the
Button is
If
in
you
seat
play over there,
7.
you're gonna lose like 50,000.
We've got 9 guys playing poker with some wholesome women behind them.
a little Mexican thing going on, whatever.
Actually, lovely. Tommy's got his lovely wife behind him. I love when my wife sits behind me and when I play poker.
Okay, 100, no look.
Supports me.
100.
And Jesus raises it up again. Makes it 100 to go.
And he's raising almost every pot
He's
now.
got Queen Deuce offsuit.
He's got this table by the balls.
That one's probably my favorite there in seat 2, Dave. She's very pretty. What's her name? Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah. There you go.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely girl.
So we got 4-way action. $400 pot. Ace 4-5. Now no one has an ace here.
If everybody checks it and Jesus bets, he'll probably take it down.
Now Barry's got pocket 3s. Can he call in position?
No.
Just call. Just check.
It depends on the bet, but not. What are you calling for? You're calling for
I think Barry's
deuce?
trying to convince Jesus to check here.
Well, of course he wants him to check because he's got to draw.
Jesus bets 300. I'm saying, is Barry going to call here with pocket threes?
The pot is now $700.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit more than 2-1, but what are you calling for? You're calling for one of the last two threes?
I think that he might be thinking that he's calling because he wants to see what Jesus does on the turn. He's in position.
That might be a play.
And look at this. Nuzio makes the call with king 6. The turn is an 8.
Was he setting up a play?
Checks. No, Jesus has got the queen of diamonds in his head. $700 pot. Now, Jesus needs to not take that phone call if he wants to be in the hand. She's got to immediately get off the phone or his hand is going to be dead. His hand... Of course, we are on a 5-minute delay, Dave, so it protects the integrity of the game. And Jesus bets 500 here.
No flash, no call.
And I think that David is actually going to go police the table a little bit here out. Yeah, because that is not part of the rules. We're going to let it go. We are on a 5-minute delay. I mean, our floor assistant there, Donna, our floor host, Donna, is trying to do the absolute best she can. She's doing about 5 different things at the same time. And Liz Tuckman is announcing there. There you go. Dave's come out and he's announcing.
Can you have a 20-minute penalty out? Okay. Can we blind them all? Good job, David.
Right now, I'm letting you guys know, $15,000 pot. I don't care. The hand is.
So again, we are on a 5-minute delay, obviously, for that exact reason. But we really want to stress that. And that's why we don't allow electronic equipment on the table. We don't allow them to use the phone on the table.
150.
And Jesus is going to raise, I believe, to 150. It was interesting that Jesus continued to drive forward with that hand. He bet 500 on the turn and took it down, Dave. It's amazing.
He did? Okay,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
I was incensed that the phone rang and he
Look
answered.
at this.
So.
Jesus bet 150 and Mo moves all in with pocket 6s this time.
He's got to keep trying it.
Now, this guy's got Jack Deuce in seat 3. Jesus has ace 10, but seat 7, Dr. Beebe has ace king.
Oh, please. He's not going to call.
Lath Muck the ace jack. And if Jesus calls here, he's in really bad shape because 3 of the aces are dead.
If the way Mo's night's going, a 10 is going to come.
Now, Jesus is showing that
Yeah.
card, but Beebe's still in the hand.
Yeah, he's not, and he's not a big. He doesn't. He plays Mexican poker. He doesn't really know.
Yeah.
That's bad etiquette. Obviously, you don't want to show your card there.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Beebe actually loves it. He goes, "Oh, good. It's
That was
easier
very
off."
fair to Dr. Beebe, actually. Yeah.
Wasn't fair to Mo.
I'm sure Mo is happy that he just takes that one down without a call.
Yeah, you think he wanted to
Yeah.
be called? Well, give Mo credit. He keeps firing.
Small blind, big blind.
I hope you have aces.
Well, so far that's not too good unless the other one matches next.
I want to win one hand from you, man. I had to buy diapers for your wife.
Oh, you've met her then?
Yes,
So actually, you know for my dad.
Raise blind already.
I raised blind. See, I haven't touched my card.
Jesus has raised blind here, Dave, I think, he
Well,
said.
he's
But
got a real hand.
king
He's got king queen.
How much is it?
Makes it 350.
I don't. One lady down.
I mean, Jesus has already put $5,000 in his pocket, so even if he goes broke, he's up $4,000 for the night.
Yeah.
Come on.
350.
See my cards, lady.
And, oh, wow, C3's going to call with 8-10, Dave. 8-10 offsuit. Why mix it up like that?
Oh, it's good.
We're heads up.
You're actually calling with a below average hand, 10-8.
Yeah.
I don't understand the play. But hey, if you want to gamble, you're here to gamble. It's Friday night. These guys are having a good time. You know, they're not professional poker players. Some of them are, but some aren't.
You check?
Oh, and he's going to make a move all in here, Dave. He makes a move all in.
Put some white chip in.
Wow, he has absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he has nothing.
Now, let's see how much money he has.
How much is all in?
It's all in. Okay, how much you want to know? That's
I think Jesus wants to call here, Dave.
He does. He does. He has 2 overcards. And he figures if this guy's got like pocket 8s or pocket 9s, well, I got 2 overcards.
A ver, I call.
He calls. He makes the call with king queen.
Oh, my.
He's got backdoor spades. The turn is an ace.
Nuzio's got nothing.
Oh, the river's a 10. Nuzio backs into a pair. That's incredible. Jesus called with the best hand. Unbelievable. What is this night turning into here?
Oh, man.
Incredible stuff.
I tell you, the Friday nights, it's like each Friday night, each Live at the Bike on Friday night is topping the last one.
And Dave, this game started off slow.
Yeah, it did.
Started off slow tonight. The guy had absolutely nothing. He had live cards. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. And that's a really bad beat.
And now you got to think, is Jesus going to kind of steam a little bit?
Well, he hasn't steamed before. I mean, when he lost money to Barry Woods and when he lost money to Allen, he didn't go on tilt. It's kind of like easy come, easy go to him.
Not everybody's gonna give you this hand like
Yeah, I think Jesus is telling him, don't worry, you keep it. I'll get it back with interest.
Yeah.
I gave him $70 discount.
And I think he really hasn't looked at his cards. Oh, now he's going to look. He's got pocket aces.
Oh, man.
He's got pocket aces. He makes it 2-10 to go.
Well, this looks like a steam race. Let's see if somebody gets in his way.
Can anybody call?
Well, Lath's got Queen Jack.
Queen
if you
Jack.
think this guy's, if you think he's tilting, do you move in?
He's going to make the call. And if Lath hits a pair here, he could go bust. He doesn't have much, I don't think.
Oh, if this flop comes with a queen or a jack.
Aces.
Oh, and lucky for Lath.
Oh, wow.
Man, Lath is lucky here.
It's 300.
Wow.
I was going to say, I mean, I wanted to know if Lath actually was going to move in with Queen Jack.
This guy won.
And he shows the other ace, too. He shows it. That is just incredible. Wow. Hand after hand.
And it's funny, it's almost like his bluffs, his real hands are conveniently coming after each bluff.
Right. I mean, can you imagine if he called off King Queen and he actually won and then he picks up aces again? Incredible.
That's actually a really bad beat. I mean,
oh, yeah. 10-8
now,
and King Queen.
Is that a good call with King Queen?
Huh. It's a good call if the guy has nothing, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is it a good call? I mean, can I sit here and actually say, wow, what a call by Jesus. He calls with King High.
And now he's going to raise it up to 400, Dave. He's got 6-8 offsuit this time.
I mean, you got definitely a better. I told you wise guys.
Now, Mo's got King 10 suited. He's not even going to get involved.
The problem is he's scared that this might be the time that Jesus has a real hand again.
Right. Now, the problem with Jesus is I know he wants to roll over the table, but you're risking so much to win so little here each time.
Yeah, the problem is he was getting called. Think about it. He raised to 200 with aces, and he got called by Queen Jack offsuit. You know what I mean? He's getting called by inferior hands, and here he's going to get laid down, and he's going to show the 8-6. And watch, next hand he'll have kings.
Right.
Let me walk away. I might be a bad player, but I'm not crazy.
And I think he's going to take a little break here.
I'm not going to call you.
Oh, actually, he's on the phone, Dave. Wow, that's just incredible stuff.
And obviously one of the reasons we do not let players answer the phone while they're here is we want to ensure the integrity of the game. Just in case somebody, somehow, we obviously aren't a 5-minute delay, but just in case somehow, somewhere,
right,
somebody's figured out how to get through the 5-minute delay and they get some sort of calling system through, we just want to avoid that.
I cannot call, but I don't know what these guys will show me. Nobody's going to tell you what's going on.
See, I don't touch my cards.
You know, it's funny. We had a post on 2+2 here by Sleech, Dave, a couple minutes ago, giving the poker stove odds for queens against king queen against ace king against ace king, and he said that queens were only
about a 65% favorite. Huh?
Right. Well, no, but before he was like it was only 53, and we were like, what is this guy talking
about? Well, that was
about?
so he had a 2 king queens.
Yeah. I see.
65% favorite. Hey, I'll take my hand up 65% favorite against that, won't you?
Yeah.
Now, Jesus is having a really good time here. I wonder if he'll actually leave this game.
Jesus has 9-3 offsuit here. We have it as 9 deuce of clubs. He's got 9 of spades, 3 of clubs.
And look, you say it, it happens. What an amazing technical staff we have.
I don't think it's really going to matter this hand.
Well, 9 deuce would have been better.
Yeah.
But he's going to bet
He
it.
bets 300. No one has anything. Oh, wait a minute. Mir's got an ace and he calls.
Now, this is the part of Jesus' game that I'd love to see him shore up. Amir called me, okay, he's got an ace. It's obvious.
Turns to 4. He's going to bet again.
The other one is Ed.
How much did he bet here? 300. And Amir is going to call.
Now, I don't mind these calls. I mean,
Yeah.
if Jesus is going to bluff into me, let him bluff.
And there's no way that Jesus can win. Oh, actually, he could have caught a 5 there, right?
Yeah.
The river's a queen.
And this is, you got to play the player here. This is where Jesus' game is really lacking. You got to look at it and go, okay, this
Is
is
he
a
going to
mere.
move all in here?
He's thinking about it.
He bets 800, and Amir just calls.
Amir quickly calls. I mean, it wasn't even a thought.
You got to bet you win.
You got to come back to work here pretty soon.
Sure, you got a pair, you win.
Yep. And look at that. Amir's got the toothpick with the wrapper in his mouth.
It's the old rapper toothpick look. Wow, okay. Hey, in my spare time, I like to chew on plastic.
Yeah.
And that's obviously a big, I mean, we could sit here and point out a lot of leaks in Jesus' game, but that's a clear leak where you're not playing the player.
So Jesus is going to be down. But we still think he's up 5,000, right? Because we still think he pocketed a $5,000 chip.
Now, when I went out there and I actually asked I told the table that their hands would be dead. Did you get me on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I must have looked like a hall monitor.
Now,
I walk away, they all look at me like, what a loser.
Tommy has got ace-king here. He just limped, and Jesus made it 110. So let's see if Tommy's going to pull the limp re-raise. I mean, the limp re-raise here, if Jesus is going to raise every hand, Dave, is...
Yeah, it's a great time to
and
use
there
it.
we go. He's done it. Limp re-raise.
And it seems like the only time that Jesus has a real hand is when Mo's in it. Mo must be bemoaning his bad luck tonight.
What does Jesus do for a living?
I think he might own Mexico. All of it. No, I have no idea, actually. We'll have to ask him, though. And Jesus lays it down. You know, it's weird. We don't usually see Jesus making crazy calls. I mean, we saw earlier, Jesus actually laid down ace-queen pre-flop to a big raise. And I'm just wondering, you know, did he pick up on a tell before when he called that guy's all-in with king-queen?
I don't know.
I mean, because it's not like him to make a crazy call like that with just a king high.
Yeah.
I don't have everybody pick it up, stay it's okay.
Eight, 10 of diamonds over here for Mo, seat 9. And Barry's got 8, 6 of hearts. Looked like it was just limped around. Jesus has got jack 4. He's slowed down a little bit. And Jesus bets. 3, 4, 6. He bets 150. He's got a pair of 4s. Dr. BB here has got top pair. He's going to make the call. Guess playing the player, Dave.
Yeah, but in that case, you're very vulnerable to anybody
Right.
calling behind you. Why not put in a little raise? Make sure you get it heads up. And it is heads up.
Turn is a deuce.
And this is another time where you got to play the player. And BB checks behind him.
Actually, no.
Oh, okay.
BB
He
checked
checked
from up front.
Okay, thank you. So the button is in seat 6.
Jesus bets 340. And you can see the difference now. And BB's going to probably just call them all down the whole way.
But this is one of those times you got to look at it and go, okay, it's Dr. BB.
Yeah.
If he's calling me, he must have a pair.
The river's a 9.
Well, maybe let's see if Jesus can use that.
No, actually, BB... Oh, it just got checked down. And BB takes it down there with a pair of sixes.
I was going to wonder if maybe Jesus would use the club as a scare card. And look at that email. I think Barry Woods is getting a little Barry Woods groupie here. Some girl named Kimberly. Barry rocks. He definitely is the best player whenever he is there. Even if he is down sometimes. I am his biggest fan. Thanks for putting this on, Kimberly. Well, Barry's got the button right now.
It looks like it's limped around here. Flop comes out 6-4-6. It looks like BB's got a 6. And he likes to slow play his trips. Not really a board that I would want to slow play. And look at Alan. Alan's going to bet on the 4. He bets $50.
Well, I like the bet by Alan. It's a kind of a finder out bet, you know. Let's see what everybody has. He'll find out really quick that BB's got something.
And BB's going to check raise here. 400 more.
Now, anybody paying him off, I'm sorry, you lose money to Dr. BB, you deserve to.
Doc, do you remember this flop?
Come on, Alan. BB hasn't played a hand all night long.
Do you remember this flop? Doc, I'm with you. Do you remember this flop?
Do I remember it?
And he is. They're having a conversation, folks.
I took all your
The excitement never ends here.
You want me to take it one more time? Remember why about the flag?
And Alan folds.
We had pocket fours, and I had.
And Dr. BB takes it down.
Wow, what did Dr. BB over there? He ordered from the grill, huh? Wow.
Glad I didn't remember.
Yeah, otherwise.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a little filet mignon.
Interesting.
I'd like a little filet. I mean, I tell you, they're having Patron, they're having filet mignon, they're having wine. I'm having, you know what I'm having here? Let's get a shot of this.
Water.
I'm getting Bicycle Casino water. I mean, I guess it's spring water from the Bell Gardens Lake. Yeah, filtered. There you go. Filtered through a real T-shirt. Wow. Button is in seat 7. Small blind is $10. That is Amir. Big blind is Mo. He's $20. Tommy in seat 1 is under the gun.
Brian is in the box now. Pocket jacks, Mo.
What happened to my cards, lady?
And this is funny. Can we get a shot of seat 6's camera there, card camera? Oh, he just... Let's see if he puts the cards back over the camera. Oh, damn it, Barry.
What did he have?
He had ace rag.
Did he?
Yeah. And he did muck.
Well, I got to give it to Barry. He's having fun with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Mo's got jacks in the big blinds, and
Yeah.
he raises it up. And there are his little tags.
Yeah.
Good, Alan. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, thanks.
Very good.
And I believe he made it another $160 to go.
What do you think? How should I?
I don't think anybody can call, and nobody does.
No, he's going to take it down.
I want to do a quick introduction for everybody here. In seat 1, we've got Tommy. Seat 2, there's Tommy. Seat 2, we've got Lath. Seat 3, we've got Nuzio. Seat 4, we've got Alan. Seat 5, we've got Jesus. Seat 6, we've got Barry Wood. Seat 7, we've got Dr. BB. Seat 8, we've got Amir. And seat 9, Mo.
120.
And Jesus is raised here to 120 with King 5 offsuit. And boy, is he in trouble. King 8 and King 10 are in the hand.
Amir called, and let's see what happens. If everybody misses,
Well,
he
let's
might
see.
take it away.
How about this? Mo's going to bet.
I like it. I like it, Mo.
Look at Jesus.
Look at that. Doesn't like it. Like Mo just slapped him or something. And this is one thing I'll say of Mo. If losing, 3 or 4 big pots really affects your game, then obviously you need to get up and take a break. But I can say it's not affecting Mo's game. I mean, Mo's still playing aggressive. He's still mixing it up.
And Savan continues to give Jesus a little, there you go.
A little support.
We get another chip count here.
There you go. And Barry Woods up to 10,300. Wow.
Is Jesus really down to 1,200 there?
He is.
Wow.
I remember he does have a $5,000 chip in his pocket.
But
he's still there.
Now we've got pocket kings and pocket jacks. And Barry's the one with pocket kings.
And Lath, who I think has trouble getting away from big hands. We saw him lose a lot of money with ace-king before. I wonder if he can get away from these jacks. He doesn't have that much money in front of him.
Well, Barry's going to make it 160 to go. Let's see. Lath, well, looks
Lath's got about, maybe 2,000 in front of him?
He's just going to call. Oh, no, he's going to re-raise, excuse me.
460.
He makes it 460. Now, if you're Barry, how do you play it? If it gets heads up. So a raise and a re-raise here. He just calls, Dave.
Smooth calls. See the flop.
Pot's about $900.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
That's trouble.
8-4 deuce. I think Lath's going to go bust here.
Well, that's the problem with it sometimes. It can be an action killer if an ace or a queen come out there.
And he bets.
Ace, queen, or king come out there, but...
How much does he bet here? 750, Dave. The pot's about 1650. 750. Does Barry want to raise here?
Yeah, and Barry's got the king of clubs. Lath has the jack of clubs, so it's not even a chance there.
I mean, at this point, do you just move the guy all in?
I think you have to. I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, some people could say, well, if the guy's bluffing, let him keep bluffing.
Not like him.
But like you said, if he has 9s, 10s, jacks, or queens, you don't want an action killer to come out.
We will take her.
And he is going to raise. He makes it 2,000, which would pretty much put Lath all in.
And if he has ace-king, it's tough for him to get away from it anyway. Think about it. The pot's how much now?
1350.
1350 here. Now, do you ever lay this down if you're Lath?
I don't think he has enough to lay it down.
He's got about...
Re-raise 1350.
It's a $1,350 re-raise. How much does he have there? Maybe
600?
Yeah, okay, you're right.
I just don't think he's enough to get away from it. There's just too many hands Barry could have. Barry could have ace, queen of clubs.
Yeah, he makes the call. And this is going to be like another $3,000 pot.
Yeah.
All in, call.
And here we go. Turn is an 8. Lath is going to need a jack and only a jack. And the river's a 5. And Barry Woods takes another one down.
And I was going to say, Lath is just, solid player. He's a pretty solid player, but he just has trouble getting away from those big hands, I mean, let's be honest. Earlier, when he won a big pot versus Dr. Beebe, he had ace-queen. And against most players, he would have lost that pot also because Dr. Beebe had flop-top pair. And Beebe actually threw it away. But then he lost with ace-king to aces. And here, obviously, has trouble getting away from the jacks. And I can't blame. I mean, it's a tough board to get away from with jacks, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, especially with that amount of money, Dave.
Yeah. And especially the way Barry played the hand. Barry just smooth called the raise.
Yeah.
He didn't re-raise the flop before the flop. And Barry Woods wins another big pot, and he is up over $12,000 now.
And Lath is buying back in for $5,000. The pot was limped around here. It looks like Allen's got a weak ace suited. Seat 4. And he did not bet. Now he's picked up a flush draw.
I got to tell you, the game is more fun when Jesus has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Alan, you want to bet?
Yes, I want to bet.
Okay.
Why?
I got to tell you, Savan looks like she's really into the game there in seat 5, too.
She's a little interested in it. Yeah, why not? She's looking at this. She goes, hey, this guy can win thousands, so can I. Let me at him.
Maybe Jesus wants to get up and let her play a couple hands.
And look at that nice shot of Fred there in the back. Getting our great cameraman there.
Now Barry, pocket threes.
It is the Barry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
150.
I know Fred's trying to. You think Fred's trying to like hone in on that filet mignon? See him reaching over for it.
Alan's going to take it down here with the bet on the turn.
Barry, no call.
Wow, Alan's drinking a Long Island as well? Or maybe he was just... Boy, these girls are... I mean, they're serious about their drinking, Dave. I mean, Long Island, that's not a light drink. It's not like a Mo drinking a Midori Sour.
Maybe it's a Virgin Long Island.
Yeah, Virgin Long Island. It was always fun when I used to work at a place called the Saddle Ranch in Sunset in L.A. and in Miyagi's. Actually, I used to work there, too, before my time. We used to pour these drinks, Long Islands and Adios Mofos, Dave.
Adios Mofos?
4 well liquors. And you pick them up with 2 hands at a time, do 4 bottles at a time. Oh, it's a strong drink.
And we got a straddle here from Jesus, live straddle.
And Mo just calls with pocket queens.
What?
I think that Mo thinks that Jesus might raise out of the straddle spot.
You got it. That's what he's going for. And he doesn't.
No, well, he hasn't been the last few hands.
Yeah, Jesus slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. And the flop comes and it gives somebody a set of 5s. 10-9-5, unraised pot. Well, that might mean that Mo can get away from it easier. It's an unraised pot.
Unraised pot. Wow, Nuzio's got top pair.
It would have been interesting if Mo had raised and BB called and hit a set how the hand would have played out. Now, because I think Mo can easily get away from this if there's a lot of heat.
Now, what does Nuzio do this? He's got top pair.
Mo's bet 300. And Nuzio's going to raise.
Wow. Now, this is going to, I would imagine...
It's going to save Mo because you're going to hear from Dr. BB.
Right.
It's an $800, and now BB makes it $1,600, and obviously Mo immediately gets away.
Hey, and that's a seasoned throw.
Yeah.
He didn't get the raise he wanted pre-flop with the queens. He throws a little feeler bet to see where he's at, and he finds out he's beat.
Yeah.
And he gets the information he wants to get, and he throws his hand away. Now, Nuzio is new to the game. I don't think he's familiar with Dr. BB's play. Anybody else would I think run away from his hands.
Well, yeah, but he's been playing at the game. He hasn't seen him, and he's going to call. He calls it. Well, 1,600 more.
And he's almost drawing dead. I mean, he's some sort of runner or something.
We're talking about a $3,500 pot here, folks. Well, the turn is a queen.
Oh, wow, and that would have given Mo a set.
Oh, wow.
But that gives Nuzio open-ended here.
Let's see the action.
All in.
And he moves all in. It's a $3,500 pot plus what BB's put in here. Let's see how much he has. How much does Dr. BB have?
Just like Mo's night, too. He gets the queen on the turn.
Dr. BB has about $3,000, so it's a $6,500 pot, $3,000 to call, or whatever Nuzio has in front of him. We can't quite see how much he has.
And now Nuzio's open-ended, too, with the pair.
He's got about the same, Dave. So it's about $6,500 pot, $3,000 for Nuzio to call.
And if Nuzio calls and catches a king or an 8, this would be a killer beat.
And it's just so funny, like you said, Mo hit a set there on the turn.
It's just Mo's night. That's the way Mo's night's going, you know?
And I got to say, if Mo had played it in a conventional manner and BB called with pocket 5s, BB likes to slow play. He would have gotten killed. BB would have gotten killed with his turn card.
Probably.
Yeah.
But when Mo bets, this guy raises.
Yeah.
Dr. BB's got to move in.
Right.
And how much is the pot now, I want to say?
It's $6,500 pot,
and $3,000 to call. So he's getting a little bit more than 2 to 1.
Yeah.
And he's got to figure maybe he's got 8 outs. 8 clean outs, that is. I mean, at this point, you almost have to put this guy on either at least 2 pair or maybe a set, and you got to figure, okay, an 8 or a king are good.
And he makes, he calls, he makes the call. So here we go. He's got a straight draw, and the river is a jack, and BB escapes, and he's going to win a big pot. Shows the set. Wow.
And maybe Nuzio put this guy on 10-9. You know, if you put him on 10-9, and you go, okay, well now if I catch a jack or a king or an 8, I can call it. Obviously, he convinced himself to call. It wasn't the correct call to make. And Dr. BB wins about a $9,500 pot.
Yep.
Wow. And normally I'd fault anybody for paying off Dr. Beebe, but this guy's new to the game. He doesn't know.
I don't know if we've ever seen a hand where Mo has had an overpair to like a board like that, and he goes against Dr. Beebe like. And the thing is that Dr. Beebe always likes to play it slow. Because if Dr. Beebe check raised Mo on the flop, what would he do? He wouldn't immediately fold.
I think he might.
Really?
Yeah. He's playing the player.
Yeah.
What would Dr. Beebe check raise me?
But I got to tell you, heads up, I say Dr. Beebe check calls the flop, Mo hits a set on a turn, and Beebe loses all of his money. He got really lucky that the cards played out that way.
He might have, yeah.
Yeah. Really lucky. I mean, we see him do it all the time, Dave. I mean, in that case, he was forced to make a raise, I think.
Well, the board was also 9-10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's somewhat of a scary board.
Yeah.
If somebody's got Jack Queen.
No, but I'm saying heads up. I mean, we see that he likes to, slow play sets and his trips all the time.
Yeah. Well, there he takes down a huge, huge pot. And he is up over $9,000 now.
Small, big. Big.
The action is hot and heavy here. And we are live at the bike. I'm David Tuckman here with Bart Hansen, playing No Limit Hold'em. Blinds are 10 and 20.
Haven't heard much from Jesus recently.
Yep.
Well, he's down to about $1,200, so his ammunition is kind of out.
3 players.
We've got three-way action. 3, 5, 6, couple clubs.
Three-way action. I like it.
And looks like Jesus is going to bet here on the button. He has a pair.
He's called check. 100.
Bets 100.
Barry going to call here with a gut shot?
Nope. Well, let's see. Yep. I was never into the whole eating filet mignon thing with French fries. I think that Barry's doing that in seat 6.
How do you know how big or small?
I don't know. That's the girl said.
There's actually a restaurant. It's actually changed name now, but there's a restaurant in L.A. called Cafe Moustache.
Yes.
Really good restaurant. It's actually changed to Chocolat. But it is, I used to go there and get a really good chicken dish, and they would serve it with fries, but their fries were so good. Mm-hmm. They were like this gourmet, like thin fries.
Well, actually, steakhouse fries are actually thin French fries. Well, that's
right.
The definition of a steakhouse. But what we call steak fries up in Massachusetts are actually thick French fries.
Those thick things.
Yeah. Anyone from the East Coast of Massachusetts know the Hilltop, what I'm talking about.
Leif's got ace-king here.
Yep, but Amir raised, and he just called.
Well, this time he's kind of learned from his mistake. He goes, okay, ace-king's just ace-king. Let's see what happens.
Jesus has king 3, and he has a pair.
Yeah, but Amir's got a pair of eights here.
100.
And I think that Amir checked it.
And let's see if Amir check raises here. I'd really like to see a check raise
100.
here.
Jesus calls.
I mean, that's a really good flop for pocket eights.
He gets away from it, and now Jesus has the best hand.
Yeah, I just don't understand. It's a little real
Turns
passive play there. And Leif's in huge trouble because a king is not good. A king does not help him.
He bets 220, and Jesus calls. So about a $700 or $800 pot. Well, it's a jack on the river.
And this time, Leif slow played his ace-king before the flop, and he's getting himself in trouble after the flop.
See how much he bets here?
500.
That's 500 here, Dave.
And Jesus is good if he can make the call.
Well, I know we're rooting for him. Actually, he's going to raise all in, Dave.
Wow.
He raises all in. Makes it 800 to call. So it's 800 total or 800 more?
8 more.
800 more, so I don't think there's any way.
800 more, wow. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, if you're Leif here, it's not that easy to lay down because you're looking at it going, oh, what was this guy calling me with? Was he calling me with a 9?
And I think Leif made the call. Did he make the call?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
He
He
did
laid
not.
it down. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Looked like Jesus turned his hand
Well, he
over.
turned his hand over thinking he was showing a bluff. But in actuality, he had the best hand.
Well, the problem there is, I don't know if Jesus realizes that if the guy had anything, almost, I mean, the pot is, at that point, rather big, and he doesn't
Yeah.
have that much left
Right.
to move all in.
Oh, without a doubt. But once again, Lath has trouble with the ace-king, and he loses a lot of money with
Yep.
that. Should, like, start a mantra. Ace-king, just a drawing hand. If you don't catch anything good, get away from it. Don't lose a lot of money with it.
4 players.
Do you like loopy earrings?
It depends. Some girls look really good in loopy earrings. Some girls look good in short, small earrings. It depends on the.
Amir's flopped 2 pair here, top and bottom.
130.
He bets 130.
This guy, try to see his next fly.
Wow, good night for Dr. Beebe there. He is up probably about $5,000 tonight, huh?
Not that that's a dead giveaway. No, actually, that was a flush draw on the board. I didn't want somebody drawing that then. I didn't want to take
chip here? Is that it then? Okay, I didn't take it, but I'm going to take it.
The
Button
button
is
is at C8.
Thank you.
Small blind got scooped into your pot.
Alan. The hand I remember is that damn 3 queens.
Oh, that's the one you remember? All right. I remember that sixes. You made a full house and I made a full house.
Well, it's been a great night of action here. A lot of bluffing, a lot of great hands.
And Jesus raises.
No pair.
Well, he's got a monster.
3-4 offsuit.
600.
Now Barry's got 8-4 offsuit. Is he gonna? No.
He thought about it. He thought about it.
I don't get scared.
I think he's got a tell on Jesus, and he figured maybe I can re-raise.
But look at BB. He's got pocket kings.
And this is another one of those times.
I think he just called though, Dave. He just called.
Smooth call.
Well, I mean, in that instance, I was going to say by BB calling, it's almost like a re-raise because no one else is going to enter the pot.
Right, but Lath is going to
Lath
enter in those
enters.
sixes now.
Yeah.
And Lath has $5,000 in front of him now.
10-7-5.
I already said it. I said
Let's see if Lath gets himself in trouble here. It's not a bad flop for sixes.
Jesus has a straight draw.
Pasadena freeway.
And BB just calls again, Dave. Jesus bets and BB calls.
And
How big?
Jesus has a draw.
You gotta tell me your pair. Should I raise?
What's happened here? Did
Actually, yeah. You know what? Jesus did not bet that.
Oh, I see. He checked.
He
BB
checked it.
bet.
Dr. BB bet.
Yeah.
Everybody folded.
Okay.
Small blind, big blind, please.
There we go. Got a little mixed up here. Obviously, we are live here, unedited, unscripted, and once in a while we make a mistake.
Did he say he's coming back?
It happens. Even to the great Bart Hanson.
This guy said he's coming back.
And Lath got away from those sixes. I thought he might get himself in trouble there.
Why are you talking like a poker player?
Well, it was interesting to see that BB just smooth called there. I thought he would think that maybe Jesus would fire into him, and I think Jesus just shut down once he
Yeah.
called. You know.
I haven't been a hand in the because I bet
And this time Jesus just limps in, and Amir is going to raise it up. And he makes it $120 to go with pocket nines after Dr. Beebe had limped in with ace-king. Let's see how this is played out.
It's a raise there by pocket nines.
Yeah, it's a $360 flop now,
And
pot.
Jesus is in there with king 6, queen 8-8.
Once again, not a bad flop for pocket nines, only one overcard.
Jesus has played a lot of king rags, hasn't he, today, Dave?
Well, King Rag has got some hidden value, doesn't it?
Amir looks like he's bet 300.
I don't like ace rag, but King Rag, now there's a hand. And Amir takes it down. Pretty straightforward there.
I get it from this guy. I said, you got a
So the Patsies have a tough game this weekend, huh? They got to go into Denver.
The Patsies? Huh. Interesting to see that the line is only 3 points at Mile High.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I mean, it should be a high
It's up in
scoring
Denver.
affair.
That means that Adam Vinatieri can kick a 65-yard field
Probably,
goal.
yeah. And it probably will be a high-scoring affair, I would imagine. The Jacks actually are headed to, I think, Orchard Park to play the Buffalo Bills. Button is in seat 1. Limped around here. We got 4-way action, $80 pot.
Wow, and Jesus has got a set of full house. Flop the full house.
Wow, but you know what?
Oh,
Lath
boy,
got
Lath
4.
has got Queen 4. Oh, wow. This is going to be big. The question is, how much does Jesus have? Lath is going to lose all his money here, folks.
Lath's got 5,000. Jesus only has about 2,000 in front of him. So.
Jesus bet the flop, and Lath called. Jesus bets again, 200, and Lath just calls again. And the river's an ace. And let's see how much Jesus is going to bet now.
And oftentimes, Jesus will overbet the pot.
Let's see what he does here. I think it's check to him.
And oftentimes he overbets the pot and gets called.
Wait a minute. Is the action on Lath here? He's dropped something, I see. Still don't know if he's checked or not yet. He has checked, and yeah, Jesus is going to bet big here on the river. And look at this. Lath immediately calls. And Jesus turns over the full house, and Lath loses another one.
Yeah, and he bet 1,000 on the river there.
$1,000.
And that was about, I want to say, about a $3,500 pot.
It always amazes me, Dave. Sometimes you see it. They're like, I think Lath dropped like a $1 chip there. He gets all like unraveled, and then he quickly loses about $2,500 in the hand,
right,
looking for the blue
exactly.
chip on the ground.
You've
I mean,
already,
come on.
You're in a $4,000 pot.
Yeah.
If $1 chip falls,
yeah,
forget about it.
Right.
Man, good point.
Oh, I was gonna go to that race in this one.
And we see oftentimes a lot of players, they underbet the pot because they want to call. And the problem is that they kind of kick themselves because they go, I could have bet more. And Jesus rarely has that problem as he overbets the pot and gets a huge call. And Lath's bad night continues. Flop of Queen 6-6. This was an unraised pot. Amir Allen, actually Lath's still good with his pocket eights. And Amir bets. I want to say he bet $50. And Lath calls with pocket eights. And Allen calls with pocket fours.
3 players. And I almost went all in twice, and I got broke. And you had to get
And it turns a 9. It's a spade. It can be a scare card. Amir has the king of spades also. And it goes checks around. 3 of hearts on the river. Allen thinks he has the best hand, and he bets. And he bets $200. And I don't think Amir can call here with ace-king, especially with Lath behind him. And Lath passes too. Wow, and Allen takes it down. Nice bet by Allen. And he shows down his pocket fours. And I honestly think he thought he had the best hand. And Lath really played that hand pretty passively. I'm not sure if he was still thinking about the last hand where he lost $2,000 to Jesus. But there's only one overcard to your pair of eights. And everybody checks to you when you're on the button on the turn. I don't know how you don't bet that. I mean, you're basically inducing a bluff. Allen throws in a little bet and you throw your hand away. Wow. Amazing. And Kev Math on 2+2 actually points out that look at Dr. Beebe. He doesn't slow play and he gets paid for it. One of the first times in the history of Live at the Bike that he did not slow play. And look how much money he won.
Raise 170.
If he slow plays that, he might get killed. Might have gotten killed. Jesus is actually going to raise it up $200 with King Jack.
Who's this?
Offsuit.
His other card. Stop at that card.
And the action, I believe, is to Jesus with ace-9. And he calls.
are called, aren't they?
It means a sheep.
I hear a lot.
It means a goat. A goat.
Oh, really?
No.
And what did Jesus call him?
Chivito.
Te voy a dar una chance.
Called him a cazón. What does
¿Quieres que te
cazón
apueste
mean?
o que te pase? Tú dime.
English only.
Cadron.
No, es su player.
Cabón.
Cuando veo la tarjeta.
Cavone.
Okay.
I'm just killing this, haven't I?
¿Qué quieres?
And the flop comes out ace, queen, queen. Leith has 2 pair here.
Close to her. You can go close to me as much as you
And I just butchered that one, huh? And wow, and Jesus is going to call. He's got a gut shot.
Check.
And Leith makes 3 pair now. Obviously, that doesn't help his hand. And let's see if Jesus bets the river strong. Trying to represent the queen. He checks it.
Ace and queens.
And Leith is going to take it down. It went check, check on the river. Wow. And okay, then now I'm getting this. Okay. Jesus actually called Leith a cabron, which is a barnyard goat, basically calling him an ass. And then Leith actually called with the ace-9 and then won. A cabron. Okay, cool. I like that. It's really amazing. We actually speak Spanish in my household. Amazing, I don't know that word. I'm actually part Mexican and part Vietnamese.
Everybody object to 100.
Let me look at my card.
Wow, there you go. You learn something every day.
Wow, that's incredible.
See, nobody touched my cards except me. Come on, ladies.
Wow.
Give me action.
Jesus, getting personal, huh?
So far, I have a kid.
You know, I lived in Mexico for a little bit, Dave.
You've lived everywhere.
And I was called a pinche gringo a couple times, but I didn't know what it meant. Is that bad?
Wait a second. You tell me you're 25 years old. You've lived in England. You went to college. You've lived in Mexico.
Well, Jesus has picked up a pair. We'll get to that in a second. He's got a pair and an open-ended straight draw.
Yeah. He's in really good shape.
And he raised pre-flop.
Well, and Barry, even if Barry catches a 9, he's dead.
And he bets 200 here.
Now, Barry needs actually one of Jesus' 7s. And he's
And
gonna
Barry
call.
calls. Barry calls the 200.
Give me a 4.
Jesus says, give me a 4. The turn's a jack. That shouldn't really slow him down.
Jesus?
Would you kill somebody in that play? Bring it on me.
And look at Barry. He's going to bet.
Well, he's representing an 8, maybe?
He bets 600, and Jesus calls. And the river is a 7, giving Barry a straight and Jesus a set. Oh, my.
Now, it is a hard.
Yeah.
I'm choking.
Barry
here,
bets
sorry.
again.
You don't want me in the path? I go all in.
And look at this. Jesus moves all in. And he's going to go bust, Dave, it looks like.
He moved all in?
Yeah, he moved all in.
Oh, my.
Moved all in. The only and Barry makes the call.
This is a huge pot.
Wow.
Where's your Bartgasm?
I'm stunned. What a river card.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And that was another $8,000 pot. Because Jesus had just won a big pot. He had probably $3,500 in front of him.
Wow. And look at this. He's pulling out. He's going to pull some money out of here. Look at that wad. And he just gave it all to the chip runner. That's incredible.
That's one more, Mel.
And Mo's got to be kicking himself in the ass.
He's going to buy in for another 1,000. Another 5,000.
And Barry Woods is just huge. No.
Jesus has got Jack 4 this time. What a river. Unbelievable.
You bet 200.
You don't have a card and you ask me?
We got a $200 raise here. And we're not going to see a flop.
Takes it down.
Yeah.
Well, and Barry Woods is a huge, huge winner. I mean, I think he's probably up close to 10 grand tonight.
Yeah, by far the winner.
I mean, look at those stacks of hundreds.
That's incredible. He has really killed the game here. I mean, he's lost sometimes, Dave, but in the 10-20 game, he was never even a big loser. He's got over 13,000.
220.
220.
Amazing. Well, he's in a great spot. One thing I will point out: notice how Jesus is always in seat 5 on these games, and Barry's always in seat 6. I mean, that's a huge advantage.
I think he likes to be in seat 6 anyways, but
I know that, but it happens to be a huge advantage. You're playing, you get to see what Jesus does.
Now Allen's in here with Ace King, and Jesus has Jack Deuce, and Jesus has a pair.
Yeah, he's outflopped him.
220.
And I think Jesus says he's going to bet 240 here. Now, is Allen going to get stubborn and just call, Dave? He's just going to call. Now, Allen isn't the type of player that he's going to... I mean, he could just call here and then check the river down and lose.
Yep.
Turns to 7. And that gives him the king of clubs. He's got the king of clubs for a draw now. And it goes check, check, and the river's a queen. And I say Allen's just going to check it down.
Like I said, in No Limit Hold, it's really, really important to get to know the player you're playing
And
against.
the deuce is good. The deuce is good. Unbelievable.
A player like Allen, if he raises you, he's got it. Because
Yeah.
if he doesn't have it, he's too passive to bet.
Yeah.
And you see there, he just checks it down. And he lets Jesus win with a pair of deuces. Dr. Beebe also. Amir. Those are the 3 players in this game. I go look at this game and I go, okay, Amir, Dr. Beebe, Allen. If they bet, they've got it.
Well, Mo's over there in seat 3 now.
Seat open, Donna. Raise it. 110.
We have a raise here by Jesus. 110. Got 7-5 offsuit.
¿Español o no español?
And looks like Amir is called here with 8-9, and Tommy's in there with king queen suited. So $300 pot. 9-4-4. So Amir has top pair, but Tommy has a flush draw, and Jesus bets.
I love that you pointed out. Amir's got a top pair. Tommy's got a flush draw. Jesus has nothing, and he's a better.
It's a good bet, right?
He did raise pre-flop. And a call there.
And a call by Tommy.
And a call by Tommy. Oh, now Tommy's hand just gets really big. Pair of kings, flush draw. And I think it's going to get... Now Tommy's going to bet.
1,000.
1,000.
Wow.
And he takes it down.
And there's another player. Tommy's a pretty solid player. If he's betting, he's pretty... Or if he calls you, he's got something.
Right.
I have ace jack.
Huh?
There's Jesus' money. So this is interesting. We haven't seen him buy in for this much in a long time. They buy for this much? He usually likes to do it.
Cashed in the 5,000 that he had cashed out before.
Yeah.
Barry.
Pocket queens for seat 2. Lath.
I mean, keep in mind, Jesus is still up $4,000 for this game. No longer the big winner, though.
Barry is by far the big winner.
Yeah, Barry is having a good time.
Now let's see what Lath does here. He's in the blind. I think Lath is the luckiest one. I think that girl might be the cutest one there, Dave. She's kind of got like...
Yeah, but Lath is getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, that's true.
600.
Lath is down like $3,000.
He's going to raise here.
I mean, is she $3,000 beautiful?
And Jesus calls. It was a $300 raise, and Jesus called with 9-7, and he picked up a pair.
There's also an ace out there. I wonder if Jesus can steal this from him.
Well, I wonder what Lath is going to do here. He bets 200.
Let's think about it. He can't like the flop.
Well, Lath quickly called. The turn is a 10. Now Jesus is open-ended.
Yeah, Jesus got a lot of
Let's
outs
see how much
here.
he pushes.
Check one more, you might get me on the river.
And this is a little personal with these guys.
He bets 500.
He
called him a
I got
cabron.
a good pair. I cannot do that.
You can't just call somebody a cabron.
Focus.
He says he has 2 pair. Dave, I want to say the pot is now about 1,300, 500.
You can't be happy
call.
if you got queens here. I mean, you look at it, you go, the ace, I can't beat 7-8. I can't beat a 9.
But it's Jesus, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
My pair is
But,
not
I mean,
good, but it's
ask
good.
Mo. Jesus turns over good hands once in a while.
Pero jacks.
You know, even bad players get good hands sometimes.
Read his eyes. Look at him.
Trying to talk him into the call, but kind of that reverse psychology. Now, Jesus has a lot of outs.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of outs.
7 and 9, a 6 or a jack.
And look at this. In late, it's going to check raise all in.
Well, he talked him into it.
How much is it?
And he's got like $3,000.
This is a math problem now. It's probably about $5,000 pot, 3,000 or however left Jesus has to call. How many outs does he have?
Well, you add him up. He's got, any 6, any jack, any 7, any 9.
12 outs? Or 8
13 outs.
13 outs with 1 card
13
to
outs,
come.
1 card to go.
Probably doesn't have the odds. But he makes the call.
1,810.
He makes the call, and let's see the river.
And it looks
Ryan's
like there's
gonna-
like maybe $1,400 more.
Yeah.
Pot's like $4,500 right now.
I think it's more than that. I got word that he had 3,000 behind. And let's see the river. The river's a king, and Lathe escapes.
Focus. You win.
Lathe takes it down with queens.
And once again, Mo is going to be like, Jesus can't beat anybody but me. Big hand for Lathe there. He's had a tough night, and he finally wins a big one. And we're talking about a $5,000
Anywhere
pot
between
there.
$400 and $5,500.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking right around 4,800. I'm going to make a guesstimate there.
Yeah.
Just keep down the path.
I bet blind. Oh, live straddle. Live straddle first.
Nice straddle, okay.
Live straddle from Jesus there, and Jesus now he just bought into 5,000, and he's already down to say 2,100.
Yep.
Man, this whole night. I mean, it seems like every Friday night is just like a highlight reel upon
It's
itself.
incredible. We got a couple. We got some more big hands. Ace Jack, pocket eights.
King Queen, pocket deuces from Allen. They get checked around.
I don't think anybody raised.
No, it's $40 per person though, so we got $240 pot already.
Well, BB's got the pocket eights. That's why 7-7-3 here. And Jesus bets.
Well,
with
he's got
king
2
three.
pair.
Now, what is BB going to do? Problem is that if someone has a 7 behind you, what do? Do you just call and hope
Yeah, in this case, I actually don't mind the call.
just to see what happens behind you?
Well, if somebody calls you,
yeah.
because there's no draw out there, so you call the 150 from Jesus.
Is Allen going to get involved here with pocket deuces?
And this is what's going to scare Dr. Beebe. If anybody calls, you go, uh-oh, I don't like
But
my
the
ace
problem with Allen is he's not going to show really any strength anyways the rest of the hand.
Well, he would, though. Allen does if he has a real hand. If he has a 7, he shows strength.
Turns a 10. Jesus checks. Let's see what BB does. Now, Allen checked it from up front.
And at this point, Dr. Beebe's got to bet his hands, and he does. Well done. Because you got to find out if somebody has a 7.
And how much was the bet here? 150.
Wow,
Allen
that's
gets away
it?
from it.
150?
Yeah, that's it. That's not that much.
Well, I mean, think about it. The pot is $690. He gets
Yeah.
150 into it.
And Jesus calls, so we're looking at about
$950.
a $950 pot. And look at this. The river is a 3. And Jesus checks. And BB checks right behind him, and he takes it down with a full house, 7s full of 3s. Wow.
Yeah, and I like the check behind by Dr. Beebe because you're looking at that flop. Even with Jesus, you're going at it going, well, what did he call me with?
Yeah.
Because I can't beat a 7 now. I can't beat a 3 anymore, and I can't beat a 10.
No, I'm from Muscle.
Once again,
Looks
we
like
are
we've got-
live. Ollie there in seat 9.
Ollie
Yeah.
in seat 9.
Once again, we're live at the bike here, and we are live Monday through Fridays from 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific time. And the action is great.
Hot and heavy.
Scorching.
Pocket jacks. Ali comes into the game and gets it immediately. And Jesus has ace-king suited.
220.
Ali's going to make it 220 to go. Let's see what Jesus does with the big slick.
Big slick suited.
He calls.
Player.
Well, not a bad flop for jacks.
And you think?
Jesus. Ali bets here 600.
Not really. It was as good as that.
I mean, that's not a bad flop for ace-king either. I mean, theoretically, if you were to look at it and go, well, if this guy was betting with, like, queen jack or king 10 or ace rag or something like that, I mean, 6-6 deuce.
And look at this. He's going to check raise them all in. And how much more is it?
Now remember, Ali.
2,300. Let's see what Ali does.
Oh, look at the look.
Ali has called. Ali has called. The turn is a 3, and the river is a 3, and Jesus has blown it again.
Jack's up. Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
And I guess if you have $11,000 to blow, give it to Jesus. He'll blow through it. Wow. And Ali, just like that, doubles up. Amazing.
There we go. Look at this.
Big blind, Barry.
There's Barry's window cam.
10,000 behind.
I'm so lucky.
Well, I mean... and look at that Ali. Look what luck Ali has. He sits down, his first hand, he gets pocket jacks, and he doubles up
That's
through Jesus.
Incredible. And Jesus is getting a marker now. We've never seen him do this before.
Wow.
He's got a player's bank there, Dave, similar to me.
And Jesus has gone from $1,000 up to $13,000, down to nothing. Down to felt.
200.
He's buying in for $10,000, Dave, we're getting word. 10,000.
Wow.
It's just been a roller coaster night.
I mean, if you're Mo, or if you're anybody,
Yeah.
how do you not cover this guy?
Yeah.
And God, those hugs from before from Savan are now, they're kind of like consoling rubs. Well, happy birthday, Ali, there. Nothing like a nice little $4,000 gift.
Is it his birthday?
I have no idea. It seems like it should be, though. And there's a little shot of the lovely Rose sitting
We've got
behind
about
Tommy.
10 minutes left in the show, Dave. I think this is one that we're probably going to need to update online.
Oh,
See
man.
what happens with Jesus.
280.
And he is tilted now. He's really steaming.
And is he raised to 280 here?
Yeah, well, he's got 7 deuce.
7 deuce suited.
Yeah. And there's an uproar. Something's going on.
280.
It's 280. Mo Mux.
He takes it down and he shows. And at this point, I don't think anybody cares if he bluffs and takes those little pots, if he's going to throw away $3,000, $4,000 here and there. Wow. And this has gone from the night of Jesus to, well, I don't know, just the night that Jesus died. I mean, this is terrible. Amazing. Jesus has gone through all the money, and the only person that Jesus has beat all night is Mo.
Well, and you can tell that he's probably mad because usually he'd be over at Mexican Poker by now.
Yeah.
Mexican stud.
Especially because he was up. I mean, we're talking he was up 11, 12 grand at one point.
Tommy has limped in here with ace-jack suited in mid-position just to go show you how tight he is.
4 players.
And Jesus is in there with 10-5. Well, ace-king 4.
$120.
$120 bet here by Jesus. Look at that. Tommy checked with the ace-jack.
240.
And look, Barry's going to raise with the king, and now what is Tommy going to do? A bet would by Jesus, which I guess doesn't necessarily mean anything.
600.
And he's going to re-raise.
I love the bet by Barry. I love the raise by Barry because you know what?
And now he gets out of there.
Hey, I'm going to give 100% credit to Barry on that play. he knows. He figured that his hand was definitely good versus Jesus.
Right.
He wanted to isolate it, so he raised it. And then when a real hand came in there, when Tommy goes in there and re-raises him, he knows his king is crap, and he throws it away.
And Tommy, like, he figures, I'm going to check this because Jesus is just going to bet automatically.
Exactly.
And look at this. I think Jesus is out, Dave.
Well played all around.
Jesus is out of there.
The one I had the queens on.
Well, he got up. I don't know. I mean, he's got 10,000 there behind. I don't know if he's getting up from the game or... Look at that. A rack of white chips. Incredible. You got to love it if you're at the table, right, Dave?
Yeah, you definitely have to love it if you're at the table.
We got 2 ace-queens here and pocket 9s for Dr. BB on the button. Let's see if BB raises with the 9s on the button.
You got to remember, though, you know.
Actually, BB's got ace-queen. He limps in.
Sometimes you can be the unlucky one. I mean, we saw Mo. Mo's down $7,000 to him, you know?
And Amir has got the 9s, and he raises.
Let's see. Did Dr. BB actually... And he's going to call on the button. And we got it 3 ways here. $400 pot.
Oh, look at this. A set of 9s.
Yep. Now, no ace out there. No queen out there, so... This should be pretty easy to get away from if you're Alan and Dr. BB. And this is one of those cases where if you're Alan, you got to play the player. It's a mere betting.
Yeah. Turn is an 8. He's picked up a gut shot now, Dave.
Yeah.
5,000.
And look at that. Mo calls for 5,000 behind.
700.
Amir is going to bet 700 here. I just thought it was interesting that Mo immediately called for 5,000 behind when Jesus adds chips to his stack.
And Amir takes down. And Amir has quietly had a very good night also. Amir's probably up close to $2,000, $3,000 also. I think it's safe to say, I'm going to tell you, there's only really 2 players down at this table. Now, 3 players now. Jesus being one of them, Lath being one of them, and Mo. Because the rest of the table is up, and up well.
And Lath and Mo both lost a lot of chips to Jesus.
Right.
Which were then redistributed amongst the table.
Exactly. Nothing kills you more than when you know, a player takes your chips and gives them to somebody else.
Alan has ace-queen again here. He's going to limp.
You did, sir. 50.
BB is going to raise it to 50 with 8-10 offsuit.
What?
What's going on? We're in the Twilight Zone.
Well, he's up about $6,000 tonight. Maybe he's just feeling good. Heads up here.
Well, Alan's hitting top pair.
Did Alan had ace queen last hand? Would he just keep it?
And he's checked. BB bets. 120.
Now, Dr. BB is not a player you're going to trap for a lot of money.
He calls.
Now,
Although sometimes we've seen him continue to fire. Well, the king comes, which would be a scare card for Alan, but it's a spade. And he has the ace of spades in his hand, and BB continues to fire. I like to say, if that's not the king of spades, I think Alan's out of there.
I have to agree with you.
Looks like a $350
Although Alan likes
bet.
to call.
Got about a $1,000 pot, and the river's a queen. Oh, and now he's made trips.
And I check again.
Oh, he's going to bet now. Yeah.
Now, if he's going to bet that, okay, I'm going to throw this at you.
BB said, show me the queen. He just showed the ace of spades. Wow.
If I'm going to, I want to show something to you now. If Alan is going to play it like that, where he's going to bet that, he better later on set it up as a bluff also.
Right. And vice versa, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when a scary card comes on a turn, he can bet it and represent that.
Right.
Because there is, obviously, you can do that to set up a play later on.
200, no loop. 200.
Well,
And,
Jesus has king, queen of clubs.
He said 200 no look, but I think he did look. And he's got 10,000 at the table. Yeah, and again, Jesus has got to understand the problem here. Uh-oh. Alan's going to call. We don't see what he has here. Alan has king 10. He's dominated.
But I think he has the king of diamonds. No, he has a 10 of diamonds.
It went check, check here on the flop.
Okay.
And look at this. Alan, if he just checks it down, oh, he's picked up a diamond at the end, but Jesus picks up a pair. $400 bet here by Alan.
Wow.
And Jesus calls. And Jesus shut down. He was betting every time in position.
If he bet that on the flop or the turn, he probably takes it down.
I mean, the other thing about I think that Jesus is going for another shot there, Dave. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what he needs. Another shot of Patron.
With the lovely Savan. Ooh, he just gave her a kiss. How does Marianne Jarvis feel about that?
Well, welcome to church night at Live at the Bike. We should play some bingo with these girls later on.
Yeah. And Jesus is raised again to 200. Now, again, like I said, the problem here is that those gross raises. Well, another shot. Wait, that girl's got a pretty small frame, Dave. She's had like 5 or 6 shots over the course of like 2 hours.
Well, hey, it's Friday night here at the Bicycle Casino.
I know.
We're having a good time.
I know. I'm going to Two Fist after the show.
And double fist and Bart. If you ever want to find Bart after our webcast on Friday nights, just go to the bar.
And going to the bar and watch and me playing Limit Hold'em, which I love because you don't really need to be sober. Seat 1 is got,
especially not at these games.
No. Seat 1's got Ace Queen. He limped in, Tommy.
10 high. Flop here. 10-4 deuce. Couple of spades.
100.
And I want to say Jesus has the best hand here with 8 deuce. He does. And he bets and he takes it down.
Yeah. Dave, this is going to be the last hand of the night.
No, it can't be.
Another week of Live at the Bike has been completed.
Wow, amazing. Well, I want to give credit to our technical staff, obviously with our executive producer gone. They've really done a great job.
Yeah. Pocket 9s here. Tommy just limps in. He's not really raised pre-flop all night, Dave, except for the limp re-raise with Ace King. And Jesus raises to 300 with 7 deuce. Now, if you're Tommy, do you come over the top? BB calls with pocket 7s in between. Amir's got a king queen.
That's the only scary thing, Dr. BB calling.
He just calls. And Jesus is in real bad shape. And Allen's got an ace 8.
Yeah, Jesus needs some sort of deuces? Just a lot of deuces, huh?
Yeah.
Deuces wild?
Tommy calls.
And this is one of those cases. Tommy called? Exactly. He says it. Tommy called, I fold.
Well, and BB called, too.
Exactly.
Two of the tightest guys at the table. Well, ace, deuce, 10.
And little does he know his ace would have been good.
But Jesus checks it. I was going to say, if he actually bet there, Dave, with these two guys, he might actually take it down.
Yeah.
Tommy bets.
Tommy's real solid. Tommy doesn't play many
And
hands.
Jesus calls.
Tommy
800.
Tommy doesn't play many hands, but he's real solid because the hands he plays them hard.
The turn is a jack, and it goes check, check. Oh, and the river's a 3. David, it's like a $2,000 pot, and Jesus is going to bet $2,000 here. Can Tommy call with pocket 9s? Jesus checked the flop. He called the bet. Tommy checked behind Jesus on the turn, and now Jesus is making a $2,000 bluff on the river.
And this is a tough test for Tommy here. Now, like I said, Tommy is a local pro, and he's an excellent player. Like I said, he doesn't play many hands, but the ones he plays aggressive.
And look at this, he lays it down, and Jesus pulls off a bluff, and he shows it at the end. What a way to wrap up the night.
Wow.
What a way to wrap up the night.
Can't blame Tommy there. He can't even beat a 10, though. He can't beat a 10, can't beat a jack, can't beat an ace.
Just the time, what happened, just the scenario. It's just
wow.
too bad for him.
What can you say about this night, huh? Except just wow.
Absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
And, we'll be back for another exciting, action-packed week next week.
Yes.
Of live cash game poker. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. For everybody on our crew. And for David Tuckman, I'm Bart Hanson. Good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike.